your life. Run for your life. Run for your life.
Hello, and welcome everyone to tonight's championship first race of a Group B. I'm Patrick Kruj. I was ex-F1 esports driver for Mercedes team in 2018 and 19 season, and I'm so happy to be able to commentate for you tonight, guys. And together with me is a very well-known commentator in Polish scene, also worldwide scene. He used to commentate a lot of races in AOR. Julio Massa. Hello.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Patrick.
Yes.
So yes, we're starting the F1 Champions League Group B tonight. It's going to be an exciting night, I guess.
Yeah, it's gonna be very exciting. We have 3 races tonight. First race is going to be on Bahrain circuit. Second race is going to be at Belgium, and third race is going to be in Monza. So maybe let's see how it's going to look the whole championship. So we have a format of Group A and Group B. Top 5 advance from both groups. And then after we have a playoffs of top 10 teams.
We have 10 teams tonight in Group B. We have obviously Aston Martin, Cognizant Esports team. Then we have McLaren Shadow team with us. Also, we have a European, let's say, team ORL. Then Royal Esports, Paris Saint-Germain also racing tonight. Avanti Esports as well. Oxygen Gaming team Somnium is also racing tonight. Excel Racing team and our team are the teams that will race in today's 3 races.
Yes, so we have 2 teams from F1 Esports, McLaren Shadow and Aston Martin Esports team. And let's see how the whole point system works. So the first driver obviously gets 25 points, but the second place will get 21 points, not 18. We have you can score till place 15th, and the place 15th is very interesting because place 15 in the first race will be a pole position for the second race. And we have 3 races today, as I said, and the second race. So if someone finishes in the 15th place in the first race, he will start from pole position in Belgium. So very interesting format.
Yes, and as you can see, we have 3 races, somewhat like in Formula 2 and Formula 3 this season, in real life, let's say. So the P15 will be the most important position to finish. Well, apart from obviously winning races, but also P15 in the first race will get that extra bonus of starting from pole position into the race number 2. And as you can also see, the points format is more or less like in MotoGP, for example, where we have top 15 places scoring. The scores are also a little bit different, but that is a story for another night. Let's say 10 teams, as we've said tonight, 3 races, 1 race with a reverse grid, a lot of points to take, and that is what will count tonight. We have 2 events in Group B. We also have 2 events in Group A. We've had the first event of the Group A some time ago.
Yes, I have a standings for that group actually, so I can show it. Just wait a second, and I think this is it. So these are the results from Group A, and this is how it looks. So FuturEsports is in the first place, 84 points ahead of Team Dux Gaming. In the third place, we have Formula Virtual Racing, 52 points, and Dynamo Moscow, 51 points in fourth place. Leonis Esports, sorry for making mistakes with those names. I'm not native English speaker. 45 points for Leonis Esports. VL Esports, 42 points in sixth place. TF10 team, 40 points. In seventh place, 88 Patriots in eighth place, in having 33 points, like Max Verstappen has his own number, 33. BJR Esports, 26 points in ninth place, and Funny Formula Wombats in last place, 10 points. So this is how it looks, and I had the privilege to race in ORL last season, so I know how this format works, and I had a very interesting racing, interesting races back then. I remember one race when I wanted to qualify my teammate for pole position for the next race, so I was driving in 15th place, and I was fighting for that 15th place. And on the last lap I got it, and therefore my teammate could start from pole position in the next race, and he actually won that race. So it's very crucial to aim for that 15th place in the first race, and we'll see who will be aiming for this place.
And it's not like usually when you're outside the top 10, you just, I don't know, go to the pit lane, change onto new slicks, get some fastest lap, and that's all the fight you're going to do, unless, I don't know, you're outside the points anyway and just want to enjoy yourself. But here you actually fight for every position. That is what I'd say is unique about this format, and what's also very exciting. Again, we have the first race at Bahrain, a very, very interesting circuit, a very quick one, and the one that gives you a lot of possibilities in fighting. So
yes,
we might see a very, very incredible first race. I'm sorry for sort of mixing up words, but anyway, we're going to see an incredible first race. I hope so, at least. But knowing this track, the racing will be mega, and then we will go into round 2. Very different situation with the reverse grid, but it will be for sure exciting. One thing I don't know if we said that, but it's only 25% of the race distance, so it's also going to be intense. Certainly we won't have sort of dead periods like you sometimes get in 50% races, where after the start everyone gets settled into the race rhythm and we're waiting for some strategy games. Here it will be almost flat out racing from the start to the finish line.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a sprint. So for the first race, we have a short qualifying, 18 minutes, and then we have 25% race length for the race. Second race is also 25% race length, and qualifying positions are from the first race. And the last race, that's gonna be interesting with the qualifying. It's gonna be one shot quali, so one lap pressure for everybody to put the lap together, and we'll see who will be on top. And of course we have 25% for this race as well. We are still waiting for qualifying to start, and from what I can see, they are starting soon, very soon. So we are in Bahrain, so let's go to Bahrain.
Yes, very good timing from us. Really, it's just past 8 p.m. UK time, 9 p.m. Central European time.
I have to say sorry, unfortunately. As you can see, it's in Polish. I forgot to change the language, so I mean, everybody knows what does it mean. I mean, box mean he's in the box, and this second long sentence, okrążenie wyjazdowe means he's on the track, of course. So I'm sorry for Polish language in the game. I forgot to change for English. And as you can see, we have 20 drivers. Daniele Haddad, this is my fellow, maybe not teammate, but my very good friend from F1 esports. He is in Aston Martin together with Andrzej Tarabukin. And we have a Sven Zerner, I remember obviously very well. Sven from first F1 Esports Championship back in 2017. It's a shame that he's not there anymore. I hope he will come back. And we have a TRL Limitless, James Doherty, the very famous TRL Limitless in this league. So, wow, I didn't expect him here. So that's a positive surprise. And very happy to see him in the field. He's very strong driver, so maybe let's see. He's in the box. We have only Arox on the track. No, we don't have only him on the track. We have few drivers on the track. We have still 15 minutes to go.
Yes, we have two drivers that have started their first qualifying laps, as you said, Arox from Team Alpine and also Tsaba Egedus. I hope I've read that name right, obviously, in the Haas team. Yes, so basically, as you said, we have a few very well-known names in the worldwide
Yes.
Formula One, virtual Formula One world. We have some maybe less known names, but still capable of just, surprising almost everyone. We have an interesting mix of drivers, to say the least. We have also, as you can see, Sven. I guess now it shows that Sven is on a qualifying lap, so I hope
Yes,
that
he
is
is.
correct. So
I'm
let's
sure
see
he will
how.
be fast. I have to check what is his time. So I will just wait a second. I'll put the timing on the
Yes,
right corner and see what is he doing after the second sector. What's the split? 137. That's very fast. That's going to be 124 for sure. And some people are on mediums. 25.5 from Xaba. And I think it's gonna be easily beatable by Sven. He's now exiting the last corner, and that's gonna be 124.7, which is a very good time. And let's see what others will do. What others will, if they can respond for that.
yes, that's a very fast time straight out of the box from
Yes,
Sven.
yes.
And as you can see, obviously, soft tires, we don't have long qualifying session. We only have 18 minutes. But still, I expect some drivers to maybe try and, I don't know, gamble on qualifying on medium tires. I know the strategy in 25% races is not the same as in
Yeah, it's not.
50% races because it's way shorter, but still, you can play around a bit with the tires.
Yeah.
So someone who manages to to put in a very good lap on mediums might be in a very good position in the race. But on the contrary, you are sacrificing your grid position. You are going to be vulnerable in the fight during the first few laps, where a lot of drivers will be in close proximity to you. You will be vulnerable in the first few turns, obviously, and if a crash happens, then that basically destroys your two races. So that's a gamble. I'm not sure if I would be if I
I
would
mean,
be happy to take, but maybe someone will.
we'll see. As we can see, Sven Zerner is giving a nice tow for TRL Limitless, and let's see what he can do. He's exiting the last corner. Andre just went to second place. He's in the second place right now, and Limitless is P4, so 1-4 for Red Bull at the moment. And as you were talking about mediums, I think it's a good strat for this track because it will come to them at the end of the race when they will be on soft tires. We don't expect anyone to use hard tires for such a short race. It's gonna be soft, medium, medium softs. And someone who is starting on medium tires will have a big advantage at the end of the race. So it's gonna be very interesting. And also keep in mind that it's a reverse grid from the first race, so someone will be aiming for that P15. I can't wait to see that.
Yes, that's obviously.
Oh, there we
one
go.
thing.
That's a massive time, 24.3. As a bunker, that's a great lap from Haddad.
Yeah, Daniela just blitzed past everyone here, and Sven. We were talking about him earlier. We thought that was a very fast time to start with, but Daniela just got even better, and I guess we will see some even better times as the time flies. Obviously, we are waiting for the first guy on mediums. No, the second one.
Yeah, that's the second
or
one.
even third one to set a lap time on mediums, but 26.4. That's 14th for now. I guess we are getting to the point where mediums will be just good for doing a banker lap, maybe some sort of warm up to get a feel for the track, and everyone will do their final attempts on soft tires. But if someone manages to beat their banker laps on mediums and qualify in the top 10, and then if they manage to stay in the DRS train that is inevitable, I'd say, then the race, as you said, will come to them at the end. So let's keep an eye for let's keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how big is the difference between soft and mediums. I would say 7/10. I don't remember from Bahrain actually, but it's gonna be difficult to qualify in the top 10, as we can see. The 10th time is 1:25.5, which is 1 second and 2/10 slower than the first place. But Haddad did like 4/10 faster than second place. We'll see. Maybe someone will try to qualify on mediums in top 10, but to be honest, I don't think it's worth a try on this track. And also keep in mind, this is a short race. It's difficult to make up positions in the 25% race. So Haddad, Zerner, those two guys are clearly the fastest here, and they didn't risk. They didn't go on mediums. So I think that is showing that the qualifying on mediums, it's not best strategy. So I think it's better to start on the soft tires. It's better to qualify on the soft tires because they will give you ultimate pace. But we'll see. Who knows? The first medium runner is in 12th place, 1:26.0. This is like nearly 2 seconds slower.
Yes, that's one thing I was going to talk about also, because we're talking about Daniela and Sven, but also we have Andrei Tarabukin in 3rd place right now.
Yes,
I know this guy for quite some time, actually. I think I even was racing with him long ago, because I haven't really raced for like 2 years or even more now, but I remember this guy from some time ago, and he had some incredible pace when he came into the sport. So yeah, I think he's Russian. You can, I guess, figure that out from his name, but he was doing some nice progress, so he might be one of the surprises of tonight. As you can see, he's racing with Daniela, so he is certainly not a guy that is taken from, I guess, nowhere. So let's see how he goes. 24.8 is a good time to begin your qualifying session, and he might even get better. We also with Chaba or Chaba. I'm sorry, I really don't know how to pronounce that name. But let's say we are with the Haas driver right now going through the final sector.
He's improving a lot.
Yeah, he's improving, and he was on the verge of qualifying inside of the top 10. 25.5 was his previous time, now 25.2. So he's
good.
Up in 8th. That's good, yes, it's good indeed.
And we're coming back to Andrei now, who you were talking about, and he's improving as well. He is going for it. He may be second after this run, but obviously Sven started his run as well. So let's see what Andrei will do. He's finishing his lap. Is he going to be P2? Yes, he is going to be P2. So 1-2 for Aston Martin, but let's wait what Sven will do, because I think he has some serious pace in the pocket.
Yes, I was trying to find where also Limitless is, because maybe I was thinking that
he started his lap.
He might give Sven a toe, but he is way too far behind, so that will be a lap without a toe, and toe would be, worth a few tenths on this circuit. We have essentially 4 big straights, but I guess Sven will be quick even without that. Let's see how he goes through the second sector. Now, obviously, the DRS zone. DRS is wide open, and now we go into turn 11, turn 12 also. Excuse me for that thing. That
5 stars from GTA. Police is going for him.
Yeah. Anyway, 2 tenths almost up after 2 sectors, and he actually managed to go okay through the turn number 13, so he might even improve further when he finishes his lap. Turn 14, nicely done. No wheel spin out of turn 14 and 15. DRS wide open again, and 1:24.4 right now.
Yeah, he caught up.
Yeah, so that was a very good third sector. That was a very good final sector from Sven. And remember that last time when he was doing his lap, he actually had a toe from
Limitless,
So,
yeah. No, it was the other way round, actually. So Limitless just pitted because he invalidated his lap. So he had to pit, and Daniel had just started his lap, and he's 1/10 of his time down, 1/10 down. So he's not improving after the first sector. So we'll see if he can find time. Meanwhile, Daniel Guardio jumped into P4 together with his teammate Ismael Alfonso. He's in P5. We have a Gabriel Moral in P6. P7 is occupied by Ignars. And P8 Arias. What is Daniel doing after the second sector? He went a bit... Yeah, he's not going to improve. He's still down on his time.
So yeah, I guess if I were him, I would just jump into the pit lane now.
Yeah.
Also very wide out of 14.
That's what he's doing.
Exactly that, yes. So actually, that was a pretty messy lap from Danielle. I think he didn't make many mistakes in the first sector, but the final sector was...
Yeah, wasn't that ideal?
Dreadful. Yeah. Wasn't ideal.
So the world record is 123.8 from the time trial. From what I remember, in other leagues, I saw Jarno Opner did 23.8. That's a mega lap. That's mental to go under 24. Maybe Daniel could do that. I think he can because I've seen he already did 23.9 in the time trial, so he can do that for sure. What about Sven Zerner? I don't know. Shabokoni, that's a very fast driver. I used to race against him in ORL Championship at the beginning of this year, and he was bloody fast. So I don't know if he's aiming for this P15 because he's not in the top 10, which is surprise for me. So we will see. But I remember I used to race him on this track for P1. Between me, Jarno, and him was everything going. So he's fast for sure. So maybe he's aiming for that P15. That's why he's not showing up the space. What is Alfa Romeo doing in P5? He just finished his lap and he went into P5. He's up there, Yorpa. 24.6. Now we have 12 drivers under 125. And everyone is on the soft tires. As I said, it's not worth to qualifying on mediums for this track.
Also, I wanted to, I think, make up for one mistake that we made earlier. We have the second race in Spa, not in Spa, but in Spain.
Spain.
A small difference, yes.
It's Spain. Yeah, we're going to Spain. So it's even more difficult for drivers to overtake there. I mean, maybe in the game not. In real life, it's hard to overtake there. But in the game, we have a very long straight. And also, in this new game, the DRS is so powerful. But, you know, there is a lot of fast corners on that track. So it's difficult to follow someone. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting.
Yes, it's going to be interesting. But I guess the main point is that the P15 will be very crucial.
Yes.
In this race, it will be almost, maybe not guaranteed win in Spain, but it will be a very good situation. You will be in a very good situation when you win when you finish in 15th here and obviously start from pole position in Spain. But that will come in around half an hour, maybe a little bit more. Let's look at the final laps from almost everyone. Everyone is on the track right now, except for Ignars in P8, but well, he still has time to come out, so I guess he will also be able to start his final lap. Danielle also starts his final lap.
Yeah. This is it. This is the last lap. Let's see if Daniela can smash whole field with his awesome driving. Let's see his amazing qualifier. And now 10-4 and very tight. Be careful on the exit with the curbs. And let's see his split. Wow, 27-0. That's amazing first sector from Haddad. This is going to be one hell of a lap. And let's see if he's going to keep this advantage through the second sector, if he's not going to make mistakes. At the moment, he's just driving brilliantly. And now, ahead of him, fast left corner on the curb. Be careful on the exit, do not touch the curbs there. And now right-hander, easy flat out. Wow, nearly 2 tenths, 1/2 a tenth up. It might not be 23, but low 24, 24.0 maybe. Last corner, very crucial. You can break or make your lap here. That was smooth. Is it going to be 23? Nearly!
Oh.
Wow! That was
24,
close.
whoa. Yes, that was close. I was thinking that he might actually get under 124, but still 124.0 is an incredible lap. Daniel Wanda stays in 4th place right now with a 24.6. Tarabukin actually retires from the session, same as Yorpas. We were talking about the guy from Alfa Romeo again. But actually, we have another Alfa Romeo driver coming in P3 right now.
Perez.
24? Yes, man. So Perez
It's
now
not
switches
Sergio,
teams.
of course. But Perez was dead last, I think, through
And
whole
Spalny
session.
Star also
Yeah, he
goes
got
into
there.
P3.
What about Sven Zerner? And after him is going his teammate is driving behind him. So let's see, Sven, is he going to improve? No, he's not. What about TRL Limitless? No, he pitted. He boxed. Let's see, Arias. Arias jump into P6 from P13. Oh my god, we have a big crash. Luckily, it's the end of quali and it's not going to count for the race. This is a game we can do that.
Yeah, we don't have.
Oh,
to do
Ignars,
as
Ignars, the last person to cross the line. He's
well.
improving.
Okay, so let's see. He was actually.
No,
in the top
he
10
just
after
lifted.
most of the laps. Oh,
He lived.
So he will start.
P11. He wants to have that, free option with the tires. He wants to start on medium tires. That's a very smart decision from him. So this is it in terms of qualifying. Daniele Haddad completely smashed whole field, nearly half a second gap to the second place. Sven Zerner is in the second place. In the third, Spony start. So very interesting qualifying. It was amazing lap from Haddad. So let's see what they will do in the race, and let's see how this race will unfold.
Yes, obviously we're waiting for the session to end. I think
Yeah.
we're waiting for Danielle or maybe for something else. But anyway, Danielle did an incredible lap, as you said. It wasn't a 23, but it's still 124.0. So that is a great lap time. What are we waiting for still? I guess we're waiting for the countdown to end because
Yes.
still need to find no other.
Okay.
Oh, actually, even slightly quicker than that. But yeah, Danielle starts from pole. That was an incredible lap. Also, Sven, I think he made a big mistake out of turn 14 again.
Yeah, that was a
Spin
not
there.
great lap
Yeah.
from Sven.
So that might have cost him a tenth, maybe even 2 tenths. He still wouldn't have beaten Daniela, but still, that was a lap good enough for the front row. Then we have obviously Spalny Star in 3rd place. Again, a great race, and Perez in 4th in Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo actually is quite a surprise for me in this qualifying session. In P4 and P8, also very good qualifying session for Alpha Tauri team, qualifying in 8th and in actually in 7th and in 9th. And obviously Aston Martin as a team, they have had a great qualifying with the pole position and 5th place for Andre. We're going to the race. Obviously the top 10 starts on the soft tires, but the big question is what the others will do. Will we see a wall of yellow tires from them, or will anyone, I don't know, try to go conservative and start in softs? Obviously, as we've said again, the strategy in 25% races is not the same as in 50% races, but it still is quite interesting. And here, as you've said during the qualifying, if you start on mediums, the race will come to you at the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, you could do the same strategy if you do a 50% race. You can do soft to mediums or mediums to soft. It's possible at this track, so it's gonna be the same strategy here, obviously with way less distance to make. And let's see who is aiming. yeah, for medium tires for the start. Nearly everyone, apart from 3 drivers. So it's gonna be interesting what the soft runners from outside top 10 will do. And it's Edu, Rus, and Ladriet. So top 10 has to start on the soft tires, on the tires that they qualifying on. And they have a usage of around 5%, I would say. Not the big tire usage, but still, it's some kind of usage. So let's see. And on the alternative strategy, we have Igners, Shabakoni, Limitless, Wario, and let's see who will be aiming for this 15th place. Who is going to be driving slowly on purpose to make this 15th place?
I guess that will come into play later on. I think right now the drivers will want to go as good as they can in this race. Ido, as you've said, or Ido, has chosen the soft tires, and he is actually starting in 15th. So that was an interesting choice. I guess the guys that have started outside the top 10 and have chosen the soft compound, they will have a big advantage early on. They will be hoping to maybe, especially the driver starting in 15th place, will be hoping to make up as many positions as he can during the first laps, maybe get into the top 10 even. It's possible out of 15, and if there is, I don't know, a crash in the midfield, then you can make up a lot of places if you just put your car in a good in the right place. But yeah, the race start will be crucial. After that, we'll see how the strategy goes. Will we have a DRS train? It is quite possible.
Yeah.
And then we'll see who will be doing this cheeky strategy move, as you were talking earlier. Who will drive slowly on purpose? We'll see that later on. But Daniela now has driven to his pole position. Sven also has driven to his second spot on the grid. So we're waiting, and only seconds. And there are only seconds between us and the start of the race. So the lights
going down, and we are still standing. Obviously, this is a famous bug from Codemaster. Now we are running, and Daniela Haddad looks to be untouchable from the start, from the get-go.
Spalmy start had a great start. He will go out around the outside of Sven Zerner into turn 1, and I think, because I've lost them a little bit, but
yeah, there is a massive fight in the backfield. 3 wide. Hopefully,
it's not going to end well.
Yeah, it's not going well, but hopefully they will not crash here, because it's a very tight corner on the entry, wide on the exit. But they seem to be alright after this corner. We have a lot of changes in the midfield, as you can see. Yellow flag. Oh, yeah. And there we have a virtual safety car. And let's see if this virtual safety car will change into the safety car. I don't think so. It would happen already. So we can just check how many positions someone gained or how many positions someone lost. So 4 position gain Ido, 4 position lost Shabokoni. He's in a P16, 1 position behind this famous P15. So pole position for the next race. We still have a virtual safety car going, and as you can see in the top 10, only Perez got in front of Start, and Ignars got into P10. So let's wait now for the restarts. It's very important to keep the heat in the tires, to not have them very cold on the restart. And we still have a safety car. Yeah, we still do have a virtual safety car. Andre, oh, that's interesting.
We have a few drivers. Yes, Andre. Also, Danielle from Alpha Tauri also coming into the pit lane. I think Ido. A lot of drivers are actually just changing tires, so these are not pit stops for, to.
I'm very surprised.
Repair your damage. Yes, but actually, Andre was jumped in the pit lane by Danielle, so he will be down in 16th behind the Alpha Tauri driver. But this will be an interesting train.
Yeah.
Of almost everyone, I guess, on mediums. What are the tires? I see these are mediums. So yeah, we have an interesting strategy move right now. We have Daniela in front, obviously, trying to pull a gap, to pull away from Sven, but I guess Sven is following him very closely. Then we have Spawny Star. He was actually trying to fight with Sven going through the first corner, but it didn't really work out for the Alpine driver. Then we have, I'm sorry, I can see Arias in fourth place in Mercedes. He was actually quite far behind. We've had also Yorpa in third place for some time before the virtual safety car, but now he's down in fifth. Ismail in sixth, then Perez in seventh, Ignars in eighth, Limitless in ninth, and Wario in 10th. I was also trying to say before Ido came into the pit lane, that he had a great start. He was up in 11th place, so he exactly made what I was thinking. He made a good use of those soft tires, and it seemed to go well. Perez comes into the race.
They're going for undercuts. They're going for undercuts. This is very crucial in the 25 race distance. This is what we did in F1 esports. Also, you used to pit on the first lap, actually, sometimes on some tracks. So you know, the track position in such a short race is so crucial. So that's what they're doing. And that's why a lot of people pitted on the first lap when we had the safety car, virtual safety car. I was surprised that it was for that long. It was a very long VSC, so it might work out. So Andre and Daniel Guardio might be even leading the race at some point, because they use that VSC very well, and they are how many seconds behind the leader? I need to check this. Let me see. They are 22 seconds, which is just on the edge of getting in front of Haddad if he pits now.
And they are on new tires, obviously, on new medium tires. Daniele and Sven and everyone ahead of them is on, well, now quite used soft tires. Obviously, they are not that old, but still, that gives a slight edge to the guys that are actually P13 and P14. So let's see how they will go. Daniela Haddad sets the fastest lap right now.
We had another.
I'm not sure. That's 27 because I'm having a little bit different.
127. So we had another drivers. Other drivers going to the pit and lap 3. So let's see. Yeah, mediums obviously. Yeah, it's quite obvious. And I'm wondering when Daniel Haddad will pit, if he's going to extend this stint as long as he wants, as long as he can, because he has a big pace of the advantage over the whole field. Maybe Sven. Oh, then we have a fight.
Close. That was close between Yorpa and Ido, but the McLaren driver actually comes out on top in that fight. Also, from what I can see now, Arox and Arias, so 2 Mercedes drivers are... No, that's not Mercedes, I'm sorry, that is an Alpine and Mercedes driver. I'm having different colors, so excuse me for that one. But obviously Arias and Arox are fighting it out for P13 right now, but that might be a virtual, a net, I don't know, even maybe podium. Who knows? Who knows what will Daniela and Sven do, but for now, obviously, they are still pulling away from that train, so that is a good news for them. Also, very good news for Andre and Danielle. They are leading in that train, and crucially, Arias is 2 seconds behind Daniel Guardio, so he is still quite some time away, quite some time behind them, and it will be, I think, a little bit difficult to make up that ground. Spawny Star and Ismael Alfonso also come into the pit lane, and also mediums, obviously. So I guess only top 8 has not been into the pit lane.
Let's see where he will come out. If he's ahead of Andre, if not,
no, definitely not.
Yeah, definitely not. So Andre is ahead of Spawny, but just
that is very close.
Yeah, just Daniela got through as well. But I think Daniela Haddad and Sven Zerner, they have... we have still fight going on, because he could use DRS on the second straight, but he went too wide.
Yeah, that's a nice over and under move. From,
there is no space nearly. Yeah. Yeah, so Daniel Haddad and Sven Zerner, they have a big enough advantage to come out ahead of Andre. Limitless is doing great job in P3. He started on the medium tires. and he made up 10 places. Obviously, a lot of people pitted, but he's doing very good job in P3, and let's see if Daniele Haddad or Sven Zerner, are they going to pit? No, they're saying out, they are extending the stint, so their tires, they will be in a much better shape for the second stint compared to the others, so that's what they want to do. They want to have fresh tires for the next stint, way fresher than everybody else. Oh, Daniel Haddad very twitchy on the exit, but he just kept the car on the track, and Sven was very close, but not close enough to take advantage of it.
And that's what counts, actually. If you are able to keep the car pointing in the right way, then you can still obviously drive as fast and as hard as you could. Anyway, we're talking about the strategy calls, and I was actually going to say that Andre and Danielle, they have really gained a lot of time, because
yeah, they did.
Remember, because Spawny Star was in P3 when he came into the pit lane, and Andre, for example, was in P6, I think. So that was 3 positions and quite some time behind them as well. So you can see the worth, you can see how much time you can gain by undercutting the guys. But obviously, on the contrary, you can actually the problem is obviously that if you have
Daniel, he wanted to, make Sven come to the pit. He did the dummy, but Sven doesn't want to overtake him. He is lifting on the straight to not overtake Daniele, so they are playing mind games. Both drivers.
As you can expect from these drivers, Lider and Saba are also coming to the line, so now only 6 drivers have not been in the pits.
We have a 3-second time penalty for Arax, and we have a medium runners coming to the pit, as you were talking. They are switching to soft, so they will be very fast now. So let's see. They are in P16 and 17, 1 position behind P15, this famous P15. So at the moment, Gabriel Moral is driving in this position. He's on the pole position for the next race, or at least maybe his teammate. I don't know if he's driving for in the next race. But yeah, Führer will be very fast now on the soft tires. Very fast. Limitless still driving in P3. He didn't pit yet. He's ahead of Ignars, who is on the same strategy, as well as Wario, as well as Saboconi, of course. And then we have a Spawny Star, who is already after the pit stop. He's the first driver after the pit stop in the top 10.
Yes, exactly. So.
We have a switch. Yeah, because Haddad pitted.
Comes into the pit lane. Yeah, so he actually is sort of undercutting. Sven, you usually say that the guy who's behind is undercutting the guy in front, but also looks like Daniela is doing okay, and I guess that will be the call that might even win him the race. Where will be his teammate? Where will be the Alpine Spawny Star? And way behind even. So
maybe not way, but yeah.
It's a second.
It's more. Yeah, something like that. More than 1 second. More than 1 second. And now he has fresh tires, big tire advantage. Also, he's the quickest guy here, so
yeah,
he will be going now. He's going to disappear from Spawny point of view.
Yeah, obviously, and he has, as you said,
that was a mistake.
Slightly fresher tire. That was a big mistake, indeed.
Yeah,
he has slightly fresher tires. He has better pace, I think. Even though Spawny is.
Then we have a fight.
Great pace tonight. Yes, we have a fight for P12.
Yeah, around the outside on this corner, it's very difficult to do that, but he did that. Ignars is in P12, which means he is going to start from P4 for the next race. So he lost actually the position for the next race by overtaking Gabriel. But he's not thinking about the next race, he's thinking about this race to score as much points as possible, as many points as possible. And maybe now he will dive down the inside. No, he's smart. He wants DRS for the straight. And we have Sven in the pit, and he's coming out. Obviously,
behind Daniela.
Daniela.
And also, he might be behind or very close to Spawny. Yes, he will be ahead of the Alpine
Just,
driver, but that is
just.
only just. That's one thing. And second thing, it's almost 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's gonna be
behind
difficult now.
Daniela. Yes, and
Oh,
once
that was a
you're-
quick
he's-
move. That was a quick move to the right side.
Oh, that was quite like Mazepin tonight. Today
Yeah.
at Zandvoort with Mick Schumacher. But yeah, he's 2 seconds now behind Daniela, and once
That's gonna
you're
be
outside,
difficult.
Yes, once you're outside the DRS, it's very, very difficult to catch the guy in front. You have to use up your tires quite a bit, and you are basically losing a lot of time and a lot of pace by that. But let's see, maybe he will be able to make up the difference, but I'm not so sure about it. Let's see who is in P15 right now. And that
Yeah,
is
that's a
Wario,
point
but
for
he's
P15 actually. Unbelievable. This is a proper fight because they know what they are fighting for. P16 in this race is a P16 for the next race. P15 in this race is a pole position for next race. So that's a big goal, big thing to win. So let's see. Oh, that was too wide from Saba. So he
Way
lost for now this fight for P15. And
you can already
Wario.
see that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You can already see that Daniela is pulling away. Let's say Ignars beats his time, but Ignars is on soft tires, but he beats his Daniela's time only slightly. Daniela is on medium tires. He is actually pulling away quite nicely from Spawny Star, who has overtaken Sven and jumped into P2. That is a small difference because that will be only 3-point difference at the end of the day, but that will be a position difference at the starting grid for
Oh
the
wow!
race.
I didn't expect Führer to go from the inside. 3 wide into the turn 4. That didn't work. There was no space for Ferrari in the middle. So that was very aggressive from Führer. And he's letting by other cars. That's interesting strategy. He for sure let his teammate by. But why did he let Haas by? I don't know why. Interesting. So yeah, there was a big contact between Führer, Moral, and Aidu, I believe. So yeah, they are very racy, very racy. Yeah. And Saboconi is going for the move, and he's in P12. And we have a Limitless up in the road in P10, 4 seconds ahead of this group. He's now on the soft tires, so he will be very fast now. As you can see, Ignars now on the soft tires overtook Arias, and now he's going for the next move. He's going to overtake Yorpa on around the outsides. Oh, there was no space. He's not leaving space, Yorpa, at all. He doesn't want to give this place too easily.
For him, it's a dream come true to be in P7. So
I guess he went too wide.
Oh yeah, so that was when you are trying.
But still, he's hanging out there.
That was too.
Oh, he's sliding around on this medium, but he's not giving up at all. Unbelievable driving from him. He's defending for his life.
Yes, and that is actually bringing and even closer Arias and Limitless. So I guess Limitless will now have a very easy, maybe not very easy time, but he will have an interesting time to say the least.
Yeah.
Arias is staying behind Europa. He tried actually to make a move there, but he didn't make it.
Yeah. Limitless is on the soft tires, so wow, that was a very brave move to go inside to that corner. It didn't work because he compromised his exit a lot, but he has a big advantage of soft tires compared to Arias and Yorpa, who are on the mediums. I think there we will have double overtake. We will have double overtake, I believe, from Limitless. Both Yorpa and Ignars, the Ignars Arias, they don't have ERS, and that's what I said. He has to do this because these guys are on the mediums. He has to use the advantage of new soft tires, and he did that very well. Limitless, what a great move. Double overtake on one straight, and he was still defending from Arias, I think he touched him on the back,
Yes.
and that's why he half spun.
Yes, indeed. That move has been obviously worth quite a few points. Well, 2 points, but it's
Yeah.
8 points instead of 6, and that is a very important move for the Red Bull team.
Obviously,
for
it's
the team
compromising
ORL.
his position for the next race,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But if he finishes in P8 right now, that is P. Let me work that out. So that will be
P7, I guess.
Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Are you counting on the fingers?
Hey, yes, because my math is well terrible. Let's be honest, it's terrible.
We have a fight for P15.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we have a fight for 14th.
14th,
between,
actually, yeah.
And Saba, but yeah. Right now, Sabo starts in P1, then Perez in P2, Ido in 3rd, Sabo in 4th, Wario in 5th, Aria 6th, Yorpa 7th. So yeah, Limitless will start from P8 as I've said before. So that actually might be a good position to be in.
We have a
P8
fight
on the
in
road
front. Wario
yeah,
just went by. Oh, there we have a McLaren on the
Stop.
inside.
And again, he is on the soft tires. Arias is on mediums. He's one of those guys who have started on, well, not really started, but have come into the pit lane really quickly. And he's now losing a lot of positions. Now he's ahead of Sabo, but I guess it will be just a few corners, maybe one, maybe two DRS zones, and Arias will be behind the McLaren driver. Adrox came into the pit lane again, but he is now way down in 19th. So unfortunately for him, that will mean starting from 19th place for him or for his teammate. I'll see if that's him starting in the race number 2, because I have team lineups, and yeah, the Alpine lineup is the same for every race tonight, so he will start from 19th in Spain.
Is Sabo going for the inside here? No, he's not risking that. But he's way quicker than Arias on these soft tires. Yeah, now I think easy, but he will not have a DRS on the straight, so I don't know if it's a smart move from Sabo, because now DRS should have Arias. Also, Limitless is overtaking on the inside, very close there with Ignars. He's still hanging out there, and he's not leaving inch of space. Sabo didn't overtake Arias, so he lost the position on the straight. As I said, he had the DRS Arias, so he could regain the position, and Limitless couldn't make it done. Ignaz was fighting very well, defending very well, so Limitless has to wait for another opportunity.
It looks like another driver defending for his life.
Yeah, and this is the last lap, actually. This is how quick this race is. And we have a yellow flag. There's something happened, and that's Arias going.
Oh, but
he's in
down
15, and now Fear is in 15. Arias, that's a big loss for him.
Yes, because now he will start in 16th in Barcelona. Yes, in 16th. But let's go back to maybe Daniela, because he's now going around the final corner, and he wins the Bahrain race, the race number 1 of tonight, and takes 25 points for Team Aston Martin. Then Sven in 2nd, and Spony Star in 3rd. Tarabuki comes home.
What about Limitless? Limitless!
Oh, no!
Oh, that was so close, 30,000. Oh my god.
That's as close as he can get, really, in Formula 1.
Yeah.
Daniel Guardo in Guirado in 5th.
And here it is.
6th. Yes.
Pole position. Man who will start from pole position in the next race. Pole sitter for the next race. Very lucky one. Because on the last lap, Arias just lost this position because of a spin, and Führer will be very happy.
I can see they have a driver change in their lineup, so it's not going to be the same guy, but obviously one of the Williams drivers will start in P1 from pole position in Spain. So let's go quickly through the order. Ismael Alfonso in 6th, Ignars in 7th, Limitless in 8th, Wario in 9th, and Sabo in 10th, then Yorpa Perez in 11th and 12th. Actually, Alfa Romeo is one of the bigger losers in this race. We'll shortly come back to the race order. Remember that that the top 15 will be reversed on the grid, and driver of the day, Tiaro Limitless. So, good job for James Doherty. But now, as you can see, that is Daniele Haddad who has won the first race of tonight. That will be tough for Team Aston Martin because they will be starting from P15 and P12 in Spain. But as you said, it's a little bit easier to overtake on this track in the game than in real life.
Exactly that. Daniela just dominated the second stint. He just make the gap bigger to Sven.
Yeah.
Sven was 2 seconds behind him, and he just made this gap up till 4 seconds. 4 seconds. So Daniela was untouchable in the second stint. So he is a main candidate for. Well, actually, I don't know, because he's going to start from P15 in the next race. For sure, in the last race in Italy, it's a one-shot quali. He has a chance there. It is his home race. So we'll see. But the next race is very interesting because that's the reverse order from this race.
And obviously, he can make up quite a few positions with a good strategy in Spain as well. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Obviously, we will have a short break because of
we have to change the lobby, change the drivers, so we can talk about what happened in that race. So Daniel, as I said, untouchable. Limitless did a very good comeback. I don't know in which position he actually finished. P7, from what I remember. P8, just behind P7, like 30,000. He had a mega race there. Sven was trying to hang on, but he couldn't do that in that race. So Aston Martin, big points, first and fourth place. So that was very interesting one, Bahrain. But now we are moving to Spain, which is way more difficult to overtake on this track. There's one long straight, and I think there will be a big DRS train. But let's see.
Definitely.
Let's see.
One thing I wanted to talk about now. Obviously, in terms of Spain, it's a track with a long straight because it's almost, or even more than a kilometer long. I think exactly 1,047 meters long. But that is the only straight in this track. We are actually, I think, going to see more moves into turn 10 because we're still racing on the old turn 10. Remember the big hairpin there, not this way longer sweeping corners 10 and also known as turns 10 and 11, because I guess after the renovation they still wanted to have the same names for turn 12, 13, and so on and so on. So we have actually 2 new corners, but it's just one corner. I don't know why it's that, but corner numbers is a way different topic that
we don't care actually.
Because now when you're talking,
we don't care about 1010. About the new 1010. So
but also in terms of the corner names, just wanted to finish that one. It's a whole different topic because when you see the Zandvoort circuit, you have turn 1, then you have a kink that is not known as turn 2, but on many circuits it would be known as a corner. Then you have this right-hander and obviously the left-hander that should be turn 4 according to my maths, but somehow it's turn 3. I don't know. That is a weird world. Anyway, I see that we have 20 drivers in the session.
So what I can say about the next race, what we can say about the strategy. So I believe like on the first lap we will see a lot of drivers going to the pit because they don't want to be stuck in the traffic. This track is difficult to overtake, so the track position is very, very crucial. So I believe if someone is, because we can change everyone can start on whatever tires they want. We don't have. It's not like top 10 has to start on the soft tires or something like this for this race, because we don't have a qualifying for this race. Whereas this is just a reverse grid order from the previous race. So they can choose whatever tires they want. So I believe a lot of drivers will choose mediums for the starts. Like, I think everyone nearly, maybe. Someone will risk with soft tires to gain positions on the starts. That's what I did in Spain, because I did this race in the reverse grid order back in beginning of this year with this kind of a championship, this kind of a format. And I started from P14 and I made up like 5 places. That was a good strat. And then I pitted already after the first lap to go on the mediums. And luckily I was P2 after 3 laps when everybody pitted. So it's very crucial to, I think that's the main strat, to go to the pit as early as it's possible, to not be stuck in the traffic. That's what I found out in the one race I did. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, and as you've said, the traffic will be, I guess, an even bigger problem.
Yeah, it's gonna be, because it's difficult to overtake, a lot of fast corners.
And
It's
a lot of slow ones as well.
yes,
because
yes,
we have this
sector
third
3.
sector. Yeah, we have the sector that is sort of compared even to to Monaco sometimes, because
Yeah.
when the teams come to the track, they usually test Monaco's spec in this sector actually. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting place to look at, and the traffic might be what decides this race. Also, another question: if we get a crash, because remarkably, almost everyone, finished the race apart from Henry, who crashed in turn 4, if I remember, in Bahrain. That was the only unlucky driver to not finish the race in Bahrain. Apart from that, everyone made it to the finish relatively without issues.
Exactly. It's gonna be interesting to see what Daniele will do, how he's going to cope with the traffic, what strategy is he going to choose, and yeah, I just can't wait for this race. So I think it's even good that this is the track where it's difficult to overtake, but it's good that this track is for reverse grid order, because we will see faster drivers in the back, and we'll see if they can do something, to
And we'll show their true potential even.
Yeah.
One thing also, because we're talking at the beginning that it's somewhat similar to Formula 2 or Formula 3 race format, but in Formula 3 you have, and Formula 2 as well, you have 2 reverse grid races, and one of those races affects the other one, so the drivers don't want to fight in race 1. Here, the race 1 was fought really hard, especially when you had the drivers who are coming through on new soft tires, and now, because this race has no consequences going into race 3, we might see even harder racing. Although it's hard to overtake, we might see an even more interesting fight. So it will be an interesting dynamic. I'm not sure if we have everyone in the session, but
Yeah, we're still waiting.
We might have.
Yeah, exactly. Also, to do 17 laps on the medium tires here, it's a big task, but it's doable, of course. It's not a 50% race length. So this track is hard on the tires, but it's a 25% race length, so it's not a big deal. But still, you have to keep this in mind if you are pitting on the first lap. Some people will do a normal strategy, going to the pit in the middle of the race, and will have an advantage of fresh tires, but they will not probably have the advantage of track position. So this is going to be interesting. And for the last race, we have one-shot qualifying. One-shot qualifying. That's going to be very interesting. Who is going to make a lap under big pressure of making this one good lap? And after that, we have a 25% race. And also, let's see, maybe someone will choose mediums for this one-shot quali, like maybe Daniel Haddad.
Yeah.
But this is for next race. Now we have to focus on Spanish GP, Spain. I don't know what's the name of the circuit. Circuit of Catalonia, I
Circuit de
believe.
Barcelona, Catalonia. They have
So,
added the name Barcelona a few
we
years
are
ago,
about to start the not qualifying, the race, and it's time for ads from our sponsors.
It's time now. Your blood is burning. Your stamina is rising. Greet all the challenges in your way.
And we are back. We are back because we have a wet race going. So that's I don't know. I mean, the first impression is I'm excited, but in this game, actually, they will not have a DRS. That's the big problem. So it's very difficult to overtake people on this kind of a track.
Yes, that's one thing. But second thing, you can basically throw away all of our previous starts because that's a whole new dynamic. Obviously, you have no DRS; it will be tougher to overtake, but it's easier to make a mistake. We'll see if we'll have a changeable weather, because it still might be, although it's 25%. We can still have a situation where the rain goes away in 5 minutes and everyone has to switch onto slick tires, and then obviously there will be a question whether you want to go on to softs, which will be degrading really quickly on this circuit with the amount of high-speed corners and the asphalt that's also really rough here. Although it's quite new, because if I'm correct, the asphalt was changed in 2018 last time out, and I hope at least that it's in the game. It's programmed as a little bit less, I don't know, abrasive, but still. That's a whole new situation, and as you said earlier, especially guys like Daniela, Sven, Spawny Star as well, guys who have finished on the podium, now have a different situation.
Yeah.
Because they will not have the benefit of DRS, but they might showcase their great skill in another way.
We're still waiting. I hope the lobby is alright. It's not lagged or anything. Hopefully everything is good, and we will start very, very soon.
Yeah, I hope we haven't been, kicked out of the lobby, because sometimes it might happen, even to the spectators in the game. But I hope it's just the time that is given to the drivers to load up the setups, because usually you load up your setup during qualifying. Now you have time. Or you have to load up your setup during the let's say pre-race. I don't know how to say it, the pre-race.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they did prepare. Oh, we have someone just left the session, so I think the session is broken. Fortunately,
I'll check on the Discord.
I hope not. But this is like a normal life in as a F1. A gamer playing this Codemaster game. So this is a very, very normal thing, unfortunately. Oh, come on, Codemasters, please. How many times?
Yeah, but I have not.
No
I'm
info.
Not sure. No info. Yeah, there's no information about.
Other people are living.
Yeah, so it looks like.
We are going to restart, I believe, yes. Yeah. I believe we are going to restart. So we are going back to the studio and we are waiting for another invitation.
I got an official confirmation that it
Okay.
is a restart, so we have slightly more time to talk about what happened in the race. I hope the weather will stay the same for the restarted race. I hope at least that it's saved by someone who was in the session. I'm not sure if I was looking correctly. Can you tell me which tires were, if you look at it? What tires were in the Mercedes garage? Is it I don't know, intermediate, or was it wet tire?
From what I could see, intermediate tires,
Okay, so it was
intermediates, but
intermediate.
it's really raining hard.
Yeah,
It was raining hard because now we left the session, but I hope it's going to dry up because I think wet races in this game are quite boring. Usually,
yeah.
if the drivers are good enough to not make mistakes, so I hope it will dry up at some point, but it's difficult because it's like just 25% race length. So
Or
not a lot,
wet races
not a
are
lot of
quite
time.
boring, but the changeable conditions are a whole different story.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still waiting for
Yeah.
invitation. So yeah, this is gonna be hopefully interesting race, but for sure Monza's gonna be very interesting if it's not going
But
to rain.
it's still going to take, yeah, but it's still going to take some time after even we get an invitation, because remember that the host needs to set up the green manually, so it will take up to 2 minutes maybe. So we still have quite a few minutes, I'd say 5 minutes at least, until we get to start the race. Hopefully it will start, then hopefully it will dry out at some point, because as you've said, wet races, like totally wet races, are kind of boring. But the wet races, or the races with changeable conditions, are way more exciting. I actually want to see a safety car. I don't know about you, but
Yeah,
virtual
safety car would
car
be
in the
good.
first race, yeah, safety car in
For
the
one
first
race,
race
it would
was,
be good.
yeah, one
So-
race, but also a short one, because sometimes safety cars in this game are also for a little bit too long, but that's just my personal preference. So let's not, maybe, don't quote me on that. We still have a few minutes until we start the session. I'm just checking if I have some new information about everything going on, but I guess nothing new is going on.
I wanted to interact with the chat, but all I see are the messages. Messages are deleted.
Oh.
So yeah,
So yeah,
admin's
so
having
we
a
have,
lot of a lot of work. Hi, beer devil.
but we have a new starting grid for the race that I can read out. I think unfortunately we don't have graphics to that will show it, but we have Alvaro PU3 on pole position. Then we have Tsaba in P2, Ido from McLaren in P3, then Perez, Yorpa P4 and P5. Then another that's obviously Sabo in P6, Wario in 7th, Limitless in 8th, Pavlogo in 9th, Ismail in 10th, Gatzel, I think that's another new driver for tonight, in P11, Tarabukin in 12th, Spony Star in 13th, Hisfen in 14th, Haddad in 15th, then Arias in 16th, Eduars in 17th, Yar in 18th, Arox in 19th, and Henry Laudrit in 20th. And good news, or maybe bad news, the same weather will stay.
So how are we? I think we are good. I'm good. I don't know how about you. I'm very good, but I'm just waiting for the race. I just want to see action.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting for the drivers to come back to us. I see the weather set up as rainy, unfortunately. So we're in for a longer race that might not be exactly as
Yeah, maybe not.
intense.
Yeah,
Is
maybe
about right?
it will not be the same as it was, but
Yeah.
they made sure that it's close to it. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And again, I apologize for my English, and I'm not native English speaker. So
Me
if
too,
we do
actually.
make
So
mistakes, just forgive us. It's the first time I commentate in English, so that's some of a task for me. But yeah, I'm
but
feeling good.
there's always first time for everything, you know. So I hope it's not the first and last time for you. Actually, it's not the first time for me to commentate race in English, but it's the first time in like a year that I've done it. So still, you need some time to to get into the groove, and it will get better with time and obviously with experience. As with I guess everything we have right now, I think 16 drivers in the session, so we're
Yeah.
just waiting for the rest, for four guys that are left to come into the session, and we will obviously wait for the session to for the host to sort the grid, to set it up manually, and we will be good to go with the Spanish Grand Prix wet race, as we've seen, because the
Yeah.
same weather stays, and well, it'll be long, but I hope it still will be
Yeah.
exciting.
Hopefully, yes. So Beer, we are from Poland actually.
Yes,
Uh
both of us.
yeah,
Which is
both of us. So that's I didn't expect to commentate with you today actually. Yeah. Yeah.
I actually didn't think that from all the possible, let's say, nations that you could get a co-commentator, I would get the guy that is, from the same country, and obviously sometimes, well, hopefully we don't switch randomly into Polish at some moment. But if we do that, apologize. I mean, we are apologizing for that.
Yeah. So Limitless, I mean, he did a good job. He did a great race, the first one.
Yeah,
I haven't
coming
seen
back
any
from
incidents. Maybe I just didn't see. Yeah, well, I was not following his whole race. I was just following whenever he was close to someone.
But he came back from quite a lowly grid spot, and he
Oh,
came
lowly.
back
He was
to
P12, I think. So
yeah, but the
still,
game
or
chose him as the driver of the day. So, when a game chooses a driver as, the driver of the day, then it means that usually it means that they have made up the most positions from the entire grid. So that was a good race on that front from Limitless as well. And he was so close to that P7. Obviously, that
yeah,
would have been
30,000. That
worth
was so bloody
yeah,
close.
and that would have been worth 1 point. But then he would have started 9th instead of 8th, if
Yeah.
I am right, because my maths, as I said earlier, is terrible.
We are still
19 drivers in the
Yeah,
session.
19 drivers, still waiting for one driver. So, chat, what do you think about this next race? It's going to be a wet race. Haddad will start from P15. He won the first race, obviously. Where do you think he will finish? In which position? I think he will finish in P3. That's my guess.
That's a big comeback job, if
Yeah,
I can call it that. I'm a little bit concerned about, it being a wet race, because it obviously is the situation where you don't have the DRS, so that is quite difficult. But still, top 5, top 3 even is possible for a guy like Daniela. I think it would be a must to at least be back in top 5. If he goes up to the podium, that will be a great situation for him after 2 races, because podium is worth at least 18 points, if I'm correct. So
21 for second place?
yeah, and
21.
18, I think,
18 for third.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that would mean at least 43 points after 2 races, and he will still have one left. He will have a go
At his home race, yeah.
Yeah,
He wants to
and
smash it for sure.
yeah, he obviously will have only one chance to smash it in qualifying, but still, I guess a guy like Daniela will be very fast, even in one shot
Yeah.
quali. So he might actually finish tonight with 70 points,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit less, but 65 to 70 points to 75 even, maybe. I don't know, maybe
We'll see.
somehow he comes back from 15th in the WED and shows us the absolute best drive of the world or absolute best drive that the world has ever seen.
Of
Who
esports
knows?
scene,
Who
yeah.
knows? This is-
I mean,
yeah.
if it's a full wet race, then it's going to be no stop race. Like nobody will pit. If someone has a damage, then maybe the person will pit. But if it's a full wet, then I believe you don't have to pit. If it's a full wet condition, like for whole race, you don't have to pit. And so it's even less likely to, have a great race.
I mean, technically, if you just start a race on intermediate tires, I mean, if the race direction decides that it's a wet race, so that is a race where you can start on wet tires,
Yeah.
be it full wets or intermediates, and in that moment, the one-stop rule basically is thrown away. So you can go for a no-stopper. You can maybe just switch for slicks if it's obviously dry enough for them. But as we all know, you don't have to come back to the pit lane again and switch
Yeah.
for either from softs to mediums again. No. So basically, it could be a no-stop race. Maybe just one stop for the new slick tires if it's dry enough. Do we think though it would be worth to pit for new intermediates
No.
if the
No.
tire deck is so high? No, it's
No,
not.
I don't think so. I think
Sure.
if
Okay.
if the tires are going to last whole race, then there's no point of pitting. Like
Yeah.
this is 20 seconds you lose, and
Even 25, I think, in this circuit because it's quite a long pit lane.
2022. You have to
Yeah.
make it shorter because it's a wet race, so they will be driving slower on the circuit. So
Oh, yeah.
the loss in the pit is not as big as on the dry conditions. So we are about to start again, and hopefully everything will be alright with the lobby, and we will have a great race as we had in the first one. And let's see what's going to happen. I think there is a formation lap for that race. There is.
Yeah,
so,
obviously there is.
yeah. So let's see what drivers will do. So we are going back to the circuit, and let's see what is going to happen in Spain. Reverse grid order from the first race. So Daniel Haddad, who finished in P1, he will start from P15 in this race. And person who finished in P15 in the first race will start from pole position. So let's see. We have 5 seconds to go, and we will start the formation lap. Still waiting. That's not good. I don't like this. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
It's just
Don't do this to
Yeah.
me. Please, game. No way.
it
No
still
way.
is- Well, that would be unfortunate if that was
well,
the case again, but let's just hope it's not because, well, one restart is enough to me. I mean, obviously, we have to do another start and another restart, and we will do that, but
No way. Yeah. Oh, there is a counter. There's a countdown.
that
Yeah, it came
is-
back again. Like, so we have
So
another
we are-
countdown. So hopefully now
so we
everything
are-
will be alright. And apologize for Polish language in the game. I forgot to switch to English because I commentated the Polish league, my league actually, before this one. So I just didn't have time for that.
Yeah, just like 15 minutes before the league started.
Yes, there we go, mate.
Finally, let's see the tires. Obviously, it should be intermediates.
No,
it's actually
wet. And one driver decided to go with Inters. So that's interesting. I hope the rain is going to decrease. So therefore, like, P17 will have a chance. So I hope it's a good strategy from him. So I hope it's going to decrease because it will create very exciting race, because, you know, being on Inters after the track will be ready for Inters will be the right choice, and people
Well, the
will start to
question is,
pit.
yeah, the question is obviously because we have one guy who has started on intermediates, and now my question is, does he think that he will be just quicker than everyone on wets in these conditions, which would be quite unlikely, or does he just hope that the rain will basically decrease in the next 5 minutes and he will not have to stop in the pit lane and just jump everyone, or almost everyone, who will need to pit during this race and switch for new intermediates to new intermediates. Obviously, he will have then quite old tires under him, but still the difference wouldn't be that big. So that is an interesting situation. But right now, looking at the circuit, there's a lot of standing water on it.
Yeah,
There's
it's
a
raining
lot
really
of-
hard.
yeah,
The
there's a lot
unfortunate
of
thing,
clouds.
mate, is that we don't know what is the forecast. We don't know that. Oh, we have a disqualification from Formation Lab, but that's just from Formation Lab. They will start the race, but we don't know what is the weather forecast. We don't know this information. Only drivers know. So I hope it's going to, you know, that the rain is going to decrease, and, you know, the track will be good for Inters and maybe for slicks, but I don't think so. It's too short race. Race is way too short, that I think. It's from full wets to slicks. That will be mega, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen.
Do you have some flashbacks from, let's say, Spa with Williams on the front row
Oh yeah.
on wet tires? Yeah, it looks kind of familiar.
Yeah, maybe not, it's not the pole position.
Yeah.
It wasn't pole position in the real F1, but yeah, Williams tend to do well in wet. So yeah, let's go, mates. 5 lights, and away we not go because we have to wait again. 2 seconds, and now away we go.
So now let's see. There was one driver who has
Oh
lost
no,
along the
no,
line, and
no,
we have
no,
two drivers.
Oof. Oh my god. Luckily, there was no car.
And also no contacts into turn 1, at least
Yeah.
right now. Edward.
Oh my
Edward,
god,
so
that was a
there's
big
someone
shunt here. That's a big
Someone-
shunt. That
oh.
might be a safety car even.
Somehow they've made it through. Look at Daniela, he's now up in 8,
Yes.
starting
Oh
from
my
15.
god.
So he actually gained 7 places on well,
That's
just
amazing.
over first few corners. And Edwards in that Ferrari, he's in 11th. Obviously, a lot of guys were involved in those collisions.
I was lucky
Just-
that there was no car spinning the different direction on the pit straight. That was
And
very, very
also,
scary.
I have no idea how everyone made it through safely, because we still have 20 drivers in
Yes.
this race. It didn't look like it. It didn't look like it would be possible. We have, again, we have Edwards, who's now losing positions to Aros. but
Yeah,
he's still in
unfortunately,
12th.
Interties are not working.
Yeah, obviously, because it's still too wet for those intermediates. But Daniele, he's now
Yeah.
going up into 7th.
Around the
Yeah, that-
outside. Oh, that was close. It's very difficult to overtake in that corner because it's too
don't-
tight. You don't
Yeah,
do
you
that.
really
You don't
see-
do that
yeah,
there.
You don't really see those situations in the chicane, but somehow Daniela makes it. Obviously, we have the Williams driver in pole, not on pole, because in the lead. Obviously, we have 2-3 drivers coming into the pit lane. Make that 4 with Santiago. No, so we only have 3 drivers in the pit lane after the first lap. Let's see which tires do they put on, but I guess
Oh,
it
yeah,
will be
wets.
wets again, and yeah, wets. The Mercedes car, and yeah. So, unfortunately, one of those drivers is Limitless, and Sven Zerner also
Yeah.
has lost quite some time, because he was, I'm not sure if he was spun round on the first lap, but he was one of those who were involved in those collisions. So he was at one point even in 19th, I guess, if I'm not sure.
I
I'm not
believe. Yeah, I believe. Yeah. Limitless had a 5-second penalty.
Oh,
So
Perez, I think, got 3 seconds
Yeah.
or something.
but he's still in ninth. Again, coming back to Daniele.
Yeah, I think he
You
can
just-
win this race from this position. Now I started to believe in that, actually. There's a
Okay,
yellow
we
flag,
have
there's
a
something
yellow
coming.
flag. Is that is?
I think Alpine, Arox.
Oh yeah, Alpine.
I think he just spun around.
Two
Okay,
things. We can see that the Ferrari driver, Edwards, is losing a lot of time now on those intermediates, and he's just coming back in this situation. He's just falling down in the order. We have Ismail coming to the pit lane right now. Is it for some, I don't know, some damage, or is it just a gamble with taking on some intermediates? I don't know. But what I wanted to talk about Daniele. Daniele is now 4 seconds behind the leader. He was starting in 15th, and he could have seen that. He just put the car in the right places, in the right place on the first three corners, and then he was magically up into 8th.
yeah, 8 position gain. 8 position gain from the start for Daniele Haddad. 7 positions gain for Andre. So both Aston Martin drivers did big gains. So they are looking very good for constructor championship. It's that what is this championship about? So about the team championship. So that's very good for them.
So if we do quick maths right now, and if we remember that the guys in the first race, in the Group A, the fastest team had like 84 points after race 1. If we look at the points that Andre and Daniele have scored in the first race, they have scored 25 and 15 points, so they have already scored 40 points in the first race. So that's almost a half of what the fastest team in Group A scored. Then, if we look at how this race has right now unfolded, we have Andre in 5th, that's worth 14 points, and Daniela in 7th, that's worth 10 points, so that's another 24 points. They might be on 64 points just after 2 races, and with Daniela surely
we have a
going
yellow
for-
flag. Haas is on the just stop on the track. Sven is flying. He set the fastest lap of the race. He's going back after this incident from this first lap. He still gained some positions. So he is absolutely flying. He set the fastest lap of the race, and he will catch. He wants to obviously catch the spawny start. We'll see what's his pace. He's decreasing the gap to the leader, as you can see, from 12.9. Now he's at 12.8, 12.7, and we have a yellow flag, and that's the Haas. He retired in the pit lane, so there will not be any safety car. So
Daniela is back in 6th right now because he has overtaken, well, I think the Dubbo in McLaren has lost this position to Daniela and to Andre and to obviously Armengol, if I'm not mistaken. That's
a
his
yellow
nickname.
flag here, and I don't know if he can overtake because the yellow
It's the
flag
yellow
of the
flag
Haas.
Because of that, yeah, because of that.
Oh,
AI car, and
Andre
Daniel-
just
Andre.
went too wide.
Wow,
Oh.
that was way wide for him.
Yeah.
He actually went onto this, let's say.
Oh,
Escape
team order.
road.
Team order. I think
Yeah.
he let Daniel pass, and Daniel had that in P4 from P15.
The question is if the game awards a penalty to Daniela after after overtaking.
I don't think so.
On that on the start-finish straight.
Would
Obviously,
have
they
already put the penalty on him if he
Yeah.
had this information he wouldn't let him by. So
and obviously,
all good.
if someone asks why he shouldn't have that penalty, they were overtaking under yellow flags, but the yellow flag was caused by the AI car of Tsaba, who actually retired in the pit lane. So I guess there should not be penalty.
Yeah, but this AI car went on the track
Yeah.
again,
And
so that was
it
kind of
stopped-
dangerous.
And it stopped in turn 4, I guess.
Yeah.
After I was looking at the minimap. But anyway, that is a whole different story. Daniela is now up into 4th place, and he's less than a second behind Wario in Ferrari, and he might just be in P3 in 2 laps, maybe in a lap. Even.
Oh, that was I think he just let him by. I think just
Yeah.
just let him buy it. So
Like,
interesting. He didn't want to fight with Daniele.
He's just scared
Okay.
of him.
Could be,
Like-
could be. Yeah, Sven Zerner just caught up to Perez, and now he's stuck behind him. And we have a yellow
like
flag.
this.
That's Alpha Tauri of Alfonso.
This is Mal. Can we see the tires again? Because
Yes, we can.
now it would
Of
be
course
an
we
interesting
can.
Situation because looking at Arox, what tires is he having? put on his-
Inters!
Oh yes, and that was what I was thinking because it looked
Yeah.
like there is a little bit less rain.
Yes,
and we
yes,
have
yes.
Eduards and Arox on Inters. Eduards is now 25 seconds behind the leader. So when everyone
And he's gaining, you can see on the delta, like Eduardo
gaining.
is gaining to the leader. And Pui is doing fantastic job in the lead. He pulled out a more than 3 second advantage over Edu. He's
great.
doing very well. And
It's
is he
also
going to
great.
pit? Yes, I think he has to. He has to. He can clearly
knows-
see.
Yeah, he knows that it's the right moment. He will actually be very close to the Ferrari driver.
Everyone
to
pitting.
Edwards, who has started on the intermediates. I don't think he will be behind the Ferrari driver.
Eduardo will do a
Ferrari
big
driver.
gains here. He will do a
Let's
big gains. Let's see. He's exiting the chicane. I don't know. Maybe he will be ahead of Williams. Maybe not.
No,
ahead
but
of
he
Pew.
will be close to the podium. He will be close to the podium. Also, Daniela has
Very close to
jumped.
Haddad. Wow, he can do this because he's on the outside and he has much more speed into the first corner. So yeah,
Daniela needed to get out of that because it was very close to being a collision.
Yeah.
But thankfully for Daniela, it didn't end up that way. Also, Daniela is now up into third after we count out Spony, Stardogo, and Perez because they are still on with wet tires. They are just 11 seconds or even less because Perez is only 5 seconds ahead of Pui and P4, so I guess they will lose those positions quickly. But Daniela looks like he's way quicker than Eduardo.
yes, he is. That's
I'm
a
not
very
surprised.
easy move. Switch back. He had a very poor
Oh.
exit. Eduard.
That was easy.
So yeah, Daniela now in P2 virtually. After first three will pit, and they have to pit because they are losing ton of the time. So yeah. No? What? I think I know what he's doing. I know the strat. This is a Hamilton strat from 2016, Monaco. He's waiting for track to dry up for slicks.
But do you think it will be quickly enough? Because we have started lap number 8, so we still have 10 laps to go. But do you think the rain will stop in basically 10
Yeah,
laps?
could be.
It will be.
It could
Okay.
stop very soon. Very soon. Who knows?
Okay.
But I
Let's
think
see then.
yeah, let's see. I hope it's a good strategy. I hope for that actually, because that's
Okay.
very bold decision to make to stay on those wets when
That's the
clearly
bold-
he's way too slow.
Yeah,
who
that's
knows?
A bold decision, but I guess I'm just guessing, obviously. But he's now only 8 seconds ahead of Pui, and he's losing still a lot of time going through every single corner of this track. So he basically needs the rain to stop in 1, maybe 2 laps. Otherwise, he will just go. Well, he just will lose so many places that he will end outside the top 5. But you know what they say: there is no pain without gain. Or
Yeah.
There's no gain without pain. I'm sorry. That was, yeah, there is no pain without gain. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That
Haddad's
obviously
4.5 seconds behind Pui.
Second is good enough for him.
Yeah,
Spony
Pui is
started.
doing fantastic job. Oh, so he... Okay, so Spony didn't want to wait any longer. I think he just decided this is not the right strategy to extend the stint on wets. Now he came into the pit. So half a distance done. And I hope it's gonna dry up for slicks. I hope it's going to dry up for slicks. But it's still raining, so not yet. Not now.
And might never come to that situation. But let's see. We still have 9 laps to go. We have Pui in P1 right now. We have Daniela Haddad in P2, and he's still doing great job. He's slightly quicker than Pewee on every single
Yeah,
lap, but
very
he is
interesting.
still
That's a
4
mega
seconds.
pace from Pewee.
Yeah.
Mega pace. Doing
But
fantastic
Daniela
job.
is just, but as I was saying, Daniela is just slightly quicker than Pewee, but still he has those 4 seconds to make up, and with 9 laps to go, you basically need to make up half a second on every single lap, and he's just not doing it right now. Dobo with a 3-second time penalty, we actually are seeing way more time penalties than we've seen it in Bahrain, because I think there were only 2 to 3 drivers in Bahrain. Right now, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 drivers with penalties, so basically half a field with those.
Exactly that. At the moment, we don't have any fights. It's very difficult to overtake if you don't have a DRS, because
Daniela
DRS
again
is
quicker.
allowed. Yeah, he's
But is it
cutting
enough?
this lead. He's cutting this lead by half a second per lap.
Half a second. If he does that on every single lap, then he will catch Pewee with 2 laps to go. So it might be a situation where Daniela wins the second race from P15. It's still possible. There's still a long way to do this to finish that job, but it is possible.
Of
What
course
about
it
the
is.
second Aston Martin driver? He is in 8th right now. He is a second behind Yorpa in Alfa Romeo, but still 8th is worth 8 points, and with at least 21 points from Daniela Haddad, they are going to score 29 points at least from the first from the second race, combined with 40 points from the first race. They are already virtually on 69 points after 2 events, which is an incredible total, especially knowing that the second race is this reverse grid race. We have Armengol just behind Ido, if I'm not mistaken, so we have a small train fighting for P4 right now. Eduards is on those the oldest intermediates that are possible right now, and he's still doing fine when he's defending from the guys behind.
Yeah, but
unfortunately,
it
looks like
McLaren driver can use DRS. You know, it's all down to the battery, how much battery they have. And yeah, he's doing well around the outside. That was,
Oh,
well, I would say McLaren driver Edu didn't leave enough space. Like he just crossed the line too
Yeah.
quickly. Yeah, that was very aggressive. So
I guess
yeah.
that was, but obviously, that was a good defending from the Ferrari driver, but
Yeah, he had the
guess-
understeer because he didn't have any space, so he went
Yeah.
into him.
yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation. I don't want to judge it right now.
Yorpa just overtook as well Eduardo. And Andre is also
behind
waiting for opportunity. Around the outside, deep braking. Is there any space? No, there is no space from the other
Oh.
side. So now Eduard is not giving inch of space.
Yeah, but looks like he just has no grip. You could have seen that when they were alongside
On the
each
inside
other
here,
into the-
that's very risky. And now that was too aggressive from Eduard. That was way too aggressive from him.
Oh,
That
that
was
is
way
too
too
much.
aggressive. He was clearly alongside him and he just turned into him.
Yeah, that's
And
the
now
one
we
I
have
also-
another very aggressive move
Oh.
from Eduard.
Looks like another Mazepin in the car. I'm sorry for that, obviously, but but yeah, that's way too aggressive. You could
Content
have
we all
given-
we were waiting for.
Yes, exactly. That's not what we were waiting for. Obviously, you can defend as hard as you like, unless for as long as it's
That's way too
within
aggressive.
the rules, and that wasn't within the rules. Spawny Star and Andre is just behind Spawny Star right now.
Look at this. He's going around the outside. He will push him out. Look.
Yeah,
This is
again. Oh man.
yeah.
that's
Look
too
at this.
much. And Andre just gets this.
What
no, that was
they
Alex.
are
And
doing?
Spawny Star- and they are
What
in
the
the
f-
gravel. Oh, yeah, cool.
Wow.
Mr. Eduard, that was way
Wow.
too much. Eduard is out of session.
Wow.
We have
And we have a safety car. They are doing this for content, I guess.
Yeah, they're just having a laugh basically. But it was well.
Well, that was very unsportsman behavior from both
Yeah.
drivers. Very
That was-
unsportsman. That was so bad.
I mean, you could have given the Ferrari driver a benefit of doubt when he was fighting with Ido and then with Andre when he was running them wide, but when he drove or when he run, Andre into the gravel a lap ago, that was a red light for me. That was, that was something that you shouldn't do. And then he did the same on the straight to Arox.
Yeah.
Then did the same to him. Oh, Slicks!
Slicks? Wow, that's bold.
Why?
Obviously, there is a safety car, so he's not losing now.
But Perez is also in the pit
He's
lane,
not losing
and
time.
It's way too wet for the Slicks.
I mean, who knows?
Arox is out of the session.
Well, it's way too early for sure. But in
No,
two,
he's
three
just-
laps... Yeah, but who knows? Maybe in 2-3 laps time, it's gonna be dry.
Maybe.
So that's what
Sven
he's
is also
hoping
on
for.
Slicks. But Perez, crucially, is on intermediates, same with Limitless, so especially Red Bull, they are switching strategies. Look at Tarabukin, he's just...
Yeah, he's sliding, but there is no rain anymore. I don't see spots of rain.
Okay.
I mean, I can see on the visor, but no rain going down.
So that's
So-
just, the water that's, that's just a
Yes,
spray that is
he has to
kicked out,
push
but-
now. He has to push this because he has a big gap to next car, and if someone
Yeah.
is speeding, he wants to make sure he's ahead of the car who is speeding under the safety car. He has to
Yeah,
cut up to the
obviously.
field. So that's the best
right
strategy.
now-
Let's see what are they doing, and that's what I was talking about. Haddad is
yeah,
speeding
he's
for
coming to
slicks.
pit lane.
Everyone is going for slicks now.
So
So-
that was a good decision from Andre.
Yeah, it was, but the problem is now that he had the track is not dry enough, and
Yeah.
he couldn't cut up to the field.
Yeah.
He might gain something. Let's see. He's now on the exiting the chicane, but not a lot actually.
But he will catch up to them, and he will be just behind them when they come out of the pit lane. He's
Yeah,
right
but
now.
he
will
didn't
be
gain that much.
around
He gained 2
8.
positions now. Okay, that's it.
Okay, but still, he will be close to Armin. Though basically, he's even. I'd say right now because he's just behind. Well, he's just behind Henry, who was a lapped car. But we have now Pewee on intermediates. We have
Oh,
Limitless
that's
that
really
is
bad.
now on intermediates, but Limitless, as I can see, is coming into the pit lane. Same with Perez, who was also previously in the pit lane and took on Inters, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So now they are all on soft tires, and we will still have another lap of.
No, I think the safety car is in this lap. If the safety car is at the end of the race, then it's going to take just
Safety
2
car on
laps.
this
So
lap.
yeah, that's what I was talking about. So it's a good information for Pewee because if the track is still not dry enough for slicks, then he can pull some advantage. But unfortunately, I think it's dry enough for him. It's dry enough for slicks, so I don't know. Let's see.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Daniela, he's just behind Pewee. He is. in
Okay,
the
now
lead
we
in
have a
that train,
restart.
so he's still going. We have a restart.
I think already slicks are better. I could see
Yeah.
from the exit of Haddad.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. He is just behind Pewee. He will have so much confidence on braking. Sure about that, but he's still not going to overtake Pewee into the first corner.
Yeah,
He will
that's
take
easy.
his time. We have
He can do-
Wario
he can do
behind
around
him,
the
and
outside here.
Spawny Star, look, he's lost a few positions. Andre is in 7th, and Daniela goes easily into P1. Same with Wario, who will overtake
Oh,
Mr. Pewee, and we have Ismael Alfonso out of the race, but that happened in the pit lane, so thankfully no crash here. No safety car again, but we obviously have no time for a safety
what
car
a
to come out.
shame
Not a
for
problem.
yeah. What a shame for Pewee. What a shame. He was leading
Yeah.
whole race. Whole race he was leading, and he just made the wrong call.
Yeah.
by staying out.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens. Unfortunately, it's tough. It hurts as you know, it hurts so much. But that's racing. You may do a great job, but then you make a slightly worse call than usual, and you just lose so much time. He's now down in 9th. He will come into the pit lane, but he will be obviously outside of the top 15. So no points, unfortunately, for Pewee, who was doing a mega
He
job, as you
might
said
get
earlier.
if he's no, he has to go to pit. He will get points because 15 drivers will score, so he will still come out ahead of few people in top 15. He will,
You're
I
absolutely
think he
right.
will be just behind maybe Arias or ahead of him. We'll see. And DRS obviously is not enabled yet because we had a safety car, and Haddad is not pulling away. Actually, he has a fight on his hand.
Warrior is doing really, really well, and well, we'll see how it goes. Obviously, on the next lap, yes, because the next lap will be driven with DRS available. You can also see that Tarabukin is back in 4th. So
Yeah,
again, Aston Martin can take 1st and 4th place in both races, and they will already have scored 80 points by round number 2, and we will still have 1 race to go. So it still is a great situation. But now Wario, he will actually not have the DRS on this
yeah.
track because
What a
it's still
shame.
unavailable.
What a shame. Yeah,
Yes, it's the fastest
and
lap,
that's
but
the
we
last
also
lap
beat it.
as well. So no chance, unfortunately,
Yeah.
for Wario. Daniela will not make mistakes. He is an F1 esport driver, and we have a spin. It's a Santiago.
Aye, man. So Santiago is now down behind Limitless. Pewee is in 13th. So that is still 3 points that he will take away from that race. Not too bad, but it could have been so much better for him.
It could have been. Daniela Haddad is going to win again, second time in the row, and that's a great amount of points for Aston Martin. They will be leading easily by a huge amount over the second place. Now we are in the final sector, and maybe Haddad is going for the fastest lap of the race. He just done fastest second sector of everybody. Let's see. He just pulled out nearly 1 second gap. Chicane. That's too deep. That's gonna cost him. That's gonna cost him so much. I don't think it's going to be a fastest lap of the race,
Yeah.
but
But it will be a win.
oh
better.
no, for a second it
Warrior.
was, but Warrior just got it better.
Wario just beat it, and the Yorpa came into 2nd because Wario had a penalty. Tarabukin in 4th, then Spawny Star in 5th. Dobbo will be 6th, but the penalty will push him down to 8 because Spawny Star is in 6th right now. Ivan Alonso in 7th, Perez in 8th, Dobbo in 9th. Sven jumps ahead of Dobbo into 9th place, so the Red Bull driver is only in 9th. That's a big loss too. That's a big, you know.
Yeah,
that's
he had a
big
very
loss
scruffy
to
race, Sven.
guys. Yeah, obviously, but that's a big loss to Aston Martin guys. And Dobbo in 10th, Pewee in 11th, so he actually takes 5 points away. But again, it could have been so much better for him. It could have been a race win even. Ido in 12th, then Arias in 13th, Santiago in 14th, and Limitless in 15th.
Limitless just jumped. He is now P14 because of the penalties. But yeah, that was a very difficult race for Red Bull drivers. They had an incident on the first lap that cost them so much time, and they didn't get it back. So yeah, unfortunate for them, and very fortunate for Daniele Haddad, who is absolutely smashing this championship right now. And now he's ahead of, like, he's before his final today's race, and it's his home race in Italy. So I think he will be extra motivated to win this one as well. And yeah, just can wait for the next race. And here we have the final results. So Daniel Haddad wins again from P15. He wins this race. Yorpa is in the second place. Wario third with the fastest lap, so he will get extra point for that. And the second driver from Aston Martin, Andrei Tarabukin, is in the 4th place. So a lot of points for Aston Martin in this championship
40.
already.
40 to be exact, as we've said earlier. That's exactly twice 40 points for Team Aston Martin. 80 points already. When you compare that to how many points the guys in the previous group, in Group A, scored, the guys who have won the first event, they have scored 84 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Already they have the same amount nearly.
Yeah.
So
Almost.
As you could see, a lot of penalties. We are going back obviously to the studio now and waiting for Italy race. As you could see, a lot of penalties because this track is very easy to go over the limits. Now we saw drivers going over the limits with their racing Arax and who was that? The Ferrari driver, Eduardo. So they created this safety car situation for us, which was maybe not the big game changer, but some people decided to go for slicks very early because of a safety car. And yeah, this is what I was hoping for full transition race, like from wets to inters from inters to slicks, and luckily we had that. So it was a very, very good racing, and Daniele Haddad from P15, he won the race in the 25 race length distance. That's insane.
Yeah, that is just incredible, as you said exactly. And the fact that we got that, full transition from full wet tires to slicks, that was just also great for the race, because had it been only in wet, it would have been good, but not that good, I guess. Also, the safety car kind of made this race, or maybe changed it a little bit, because it pushed most of the drivers to pit as soon as the safety car came into the track. I wonder how it would have gone if there wasn't that safety car, but let's leave it. It was still a great race, and let's just hope for a great closure that we'll get with the race in Italy. We'll still have some changes.
Yes,
in
we
the
will
lineup,
have.
but they will be just cosmetic.
Yeah, marginal.
Yeah, marginal, cosmetic, whatever.
What?
Anyway,
whatever.
you can just choose whatever word you want.
It's so fun to commentate in this, in the second language.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can learn so
Sometimes,
much. We can learn so much. That's so good.
Sometimes, yeah, so good. It's also challenging, but that's just,
Yeah, it is. But
as long as you're having good fun, then it's,
and we do have great fun.
We're having fun. You don't maybe really see a smile on my face, but I can do that even if you. Well, anyway,
I need to check. Yes. Yeah, I can see.
Image. It will be a cursed image, I guess. We will have. We're waiting. I'm sorry.
For sure. We have to wait. Yeah, one driver missing, and so just to remind, now we are going to Italy, Monza. Very popular track, fast. I think the fastest. It has the longest, maybe not the longest race, but this is like the track when you have the lowest downforce possible, and so we will see a huge speeds on those straights, and this is track which favors overtaking, especially on this game. So it's gonna be very interesting race, that's for sure. And format for this race is qualifying, but not standard qualifying, not short quali, not full quali. It's just one shot quali, some one lap to see who is the fastest, and it's gonna be interesting also to see who is going for maybe mediums for this one shot quali. And then we have obviously 25% race length, and strategy pretty easy, medium, soft, mediums. So as always. So no surprises.
Yeah, no surprises. But as you said, will someone risk medium tires?
I think so.
Think so.
Yeah, I kind of thinking maybe Daniela, but he has a lot to lose because he's leading. Like Aston Martin is leading the championship, and I think they want to score as many points as it is possible. So safe option is going for softs, but he has such a big space advantage over everyone. So he will still qualify in top 10 on mediums, I think.
But if it was, if it was like the final race of the second event, which will come next week, I think. If it was that race and Aston Martin would have had, just, I don't know, 160 points already, he would have just gone even on hardest tires possible, I guess. But now it's still a lot to lose. If I was him, I'd just go for it on soft tires right now, just crash the field right now, and just, pull away and win the race. Or, because we still have another situation here, because it obviously is Monza, the slipstream city. Sometimes it's called
Slipstream City.
Slipstream City,
Slipstream Fest,
whatever, yeah. You may call this track like that. Obviously, the slipstream is very important here, and if you are not certain that you can pull away very quickly in the first 2 laps, then maybe it's better to qualify in the middle of the top 10, and that is possible on mediums for Daniela. So we will have to wait and see. It will be a difficult session for us to follow, because obviously it's one-shot quali, and we'll just see a ghost of the leader once it's in the lead, and then if there is a lead change on the lap, then we'll see another ghost, and we'll just jump back and forth. So it will be tough to see the situation on the first lap. But we will see the tires, and we will just see who is the leader, and then it will all just come down to the finish line. We'll see if someone obviously cuts corners, because that will cost them.
And this track is so easy to cut the corners, so easy. Like we have Ascari is the easiest one. Like in the previous game, you could cut the second chicane, Roger, I think it's called. Now you can do that because there's a big bump and you can just jump. There you will lose time. So it's not worth of cutting. In Ledsmo corners, you can just go too wide and you can just get the warning for that. And Ascari and the first chicane as well, because you take this first apex very aggressively, like you just cut it.
You can't. You just take this sausage curb
in between of your car. So it's easy to cut here, easy to get the penalty. So they have to be mindful of that.
And it's easy to go wide in Parabolica and still invalidate the lap. So
in some cases it happens. Yeah, it does. But
so it's going to be an interesting challenge for the drivers. I think we are getting ready.
Yeah, so it's time for the ads, obviously, of our sponsors, and we are going back to Monza. And we are back before one-shot quali. Let's see who will be on pole position. We will find out in just under 2 minutes. So it's gonna be interesting. Let's go, let's go. Who do you think? Daniel Haddad? I think it's him because it's his home track.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Daniela's qualifying.
Let's ride
to
on board.
lose. Yes, let's ride on board with him. So we will see on the left side of the screen how the situation changes. You can already see that Daniela is in second, but the differences right
Big
now will be-
braking. Oh, he just missed the curb. That's
Oh.
not good for him. He will lose a lot of time if someone took the curb correctly. He's now in P7. Now he's going through Curva Grande. And now he's braking into the Roger chicane. Deep braking. No, he's not taking curb. He's taking very cautiously. He's in the P6. Sven Zerner is in P1 at the moment. No, he's in P2 with between him. Oh, all of a sudden, Limitless is P1. He's going for it. He's going
But
for
you
it.
can see- yeah, but I can see that Daniela
Now-
just made up loads of time through Lesmo corners.
Yeah.
It's
And
just one lap to go. Yorpa is already out of contention. He's down
No.
to 20th.
Ascari, very, very easy to invalidate.
That's a
On the egg,
beautiful
yeah.
line. Arox is also out of the session. Saba also. So
He's
we have
going for
already
it.
3 drivers out of the session.
Haddad
is
for pole
going
position.
that pole
Yeah.
position, yes.
He's
And
very
Haddad
cautious.
looking again
Yeah.
is fourth. So we will have a double Red Bull sandwich between 2 Aston Martin drivers. It's Daniela's lap.
No,
Daniela's
it's Sven
pole lap.
Zerner. He find time through Parabolica. Maybe he was just taking more risks because Daniel Haddad, as I could see from the onboard, he was just very cautious, especially in Ascari.
Yeah.
So Sven
but
Zerner, Red Bull is coming back, Limitless P3 and Aston Martin P4. So this is battle between Red Bulls and Aston Martins.
But instead of it being a big double sandwich of 2 Red Bulls between 2 Aston Martin drivers, you get some sort of, I don't know, a checkered
Yeah.
flag version, checkered grid, whatever. You have Red Bull, Aston Martin, Red Bull, Aston Martin. Then Eduardo in AlphaTauri in 5th, George in Ferrari in 6th, then Sabo in McLaren in 7th, Pewee in Williams in 8th, Ignars in 9th, Spony Star in 10th, then Ido, Santiago, Warrior, Danielle, Arias, and Henry in 16th, I guess, because 4 drivers seem to have been disqualified during this qualifying session.
Yeah, so
And now-
wow. What?
That was a good lap.
That was a good
That
lap,
was
but
bad.
this is a now great battle between Red Bull and Aston Martin. This is what we were
As
waiting
you would have
for.
expected, really, as you would have expected that, really, because from the first race, we were seeing the Red Bull, one driver from Red Bull, Sven, being at the top. Obviously, the race in Barcelona didn't go to plan for them because there were spins, there was collision the first lap that took them as well, and they have lost some time there, but they're still there. I guess they will be the second team after tonight's races, so that's what matters right now, because it's still that's still the group stage, of so-called group stage for the F1 Champions League. Top 5 teams advance, so it's not really worth it to risk it. It's good to be either first or second, but still, it's a beautiful situation. And why
Is Limitless P2? Where is Haddad? What happened here? How this happened?
How did this happen? I have no freaking idea, because
What?
that's not the grid that we were supposed to see.
To have, yeah. What just happened here? I mean, did they have a penalties or something? Or what? Now we have a 1-2 for Red Bull. Sven Zerner ahead of Limitless. I don't know what happened. This is the first time I see this kind of thing. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's a penalty. I have no idea, man.
I am speechless. I am just speechless, mate, and I see
How this happened? I don't know how about other drivers.
I'll just look at the Discord, and yeah, basically, restart. Looks like it.
Restart.
I mean, it's not obviously official right now, but it just looks like the grid is
Set on realistic.
not really realistic, but it's just, grid that doesn't have any sort of
Like,
you
it looks
know-
like a realistic grid. Like 2 Red Bulls, 2 Mercedeses,
Oh yeah,
Ferrari,
obviously, yeah.
McLaren, Aston Martin. It looks like a realistic grid. Someone made a mistake. I think it's just...
Yeah, it's just a game. I mean, it's a bug, I guess. But again, I don't get any information about a restart, so we will see how it goes. Obviously,
Now someone is leaving the
that's
sessions,
not
I think.
the grid that we've seen. Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
not the grid. That's not the
Yeah.
grid that we've seen in qualifying. That's the main point, and we have drivers leaving the session,
Yeah.
obviously. So I guess it is a restart, and it is a restart indeed. So I guess it's back to the studio, not to use the most famous words. Back to the tent, or back to the studio. Actually,
Yeah, we are
cash race.
here again. So yeah, this was very unexpected. Like, if you do quali, this, I don't know how this game works. Like, there was a quali for the race.
Yes,
I mean,
there was a quali for the race, and then the game just decided, I'm not having that.
yeah,
I'm
it
I'm
just decided to put
going
on
with
realistic
a different-
starting grid. So it's like quali didn't matter at all. So maybe there was a problem with setting up the lobby, and someone just put realistic grid, and
Yeah.
that's what happened.
I guess it will be investigated, but that was. I'm speechless after seeing such a weird.
That's a
thing.
long stream, though. That's a
2
long
hours
stream.
already.
Yeah.
Yes. Because it's what? It's just past 10 p.m. UK time.
UK time. Here it's 11.
European time.
We are
So, yeah, it's all. Yeah, we're two. Well,
We're about to
2
finish
hours.
before, midnight.
As long
just
as
before.
we finish before midnight, it's
It's
fine,
okay.
I
It's
guess.
fine. Okay, we have an invite for the session, so hopefully now
Awesome.
everything will set up very quickly.
Yeah, but we only have 6 drivers right now, so the drivers will join the.
Yeah, very
Session,
quickly
obviously.
they are joining, so
That's a
it's good.
situation. I guess most of the drivers are from the Central Europe, and some of the drivers, like Andrei, who is from Russia, he's at least he has at least 1 a.m. or
Yeah, something like that.
So he is actually racing past midnight. I would like to be in that situation.
He's racing on another day. Actually, it's racing on what's today is day like 5th or 6th of September.
Tomorrow will be 6th of September.
Okay, so he's racing on 6th of September. We are racing on 5th of September. That's funny.
Man, he's a time traveler, I'm telling you. But yeah, I mean, coming to realistic situation, to the situation that we have right now, we have 15 drivers in the
Yes.
lobby right now. Obviously, the grid will be set based on the one-shot quality that
Yes.
we've had, so it will be obviously Sven in pole position, then it will be Daniela in second, it will be Limitless in third, and Andre in fourth, and so on and so on. Some guys had their correct grid spots, some guys had a different grid spot, and that was just weird, but
Yeah.
whatever. Coming
So-
back to that, so we will have 13 laps of
13, yes.
the Monza circuit. We will have 13 laps on obviously beautiful sunny day in Monza. It's a beautiful circuit. I mean, have you been to Monza?
Yes, I have actually a few times. I was lucky to be there. So it's very interesting environment. Like it's very interesting place where this circuit is situated. It's like in the
inside of
park.
the
It's
park,
yeah, it's in the park. So
Have
yeah,
you
it has a
once to
whole-
Monza?
yeah, it has nice climate.
Yeah,
very
it
nice.
It has a nice climate indeed. Just this park, it was so big that actually
Yeah, it's
I was
huge.
walking for like
Like,
yes,
It's like
exactly.
inside of park there's a circuit.
There's
like
a huge circuit. And the circuit is huge in itself, which is
Yeah.
which is beautiful. I was actually walking because I was getting to the track on a train, and one train station is very close to Lesmo corners. Basically, just you know,
Yeah.
when you get out of the train, you go through, you go
Through the
through
gates
the
and
gate, and you are at the Lesmo corners. But I was sitting closer to Parabolica, so it's it's at least 2 kilometers or
yeah,
even
it's
a
the
few
other
more
round.
kilometers in the other direction. Yes,
Yeah.
and also our train station was like 5 kilometers from
Mhm.
the grandstand, or 4 kilometers, but still those 4 kilometers, out of those at least three were covered in the park. So it just gives you the perspective how big this park is, and obviously the atmosphere of this place is so great. And
Yeah,
obviously we've
it's
had the
one
Dutch
of its
Grand Prix
kind.
right now. We've had beautiful atmosphere in the Netherlands, although some may say that was too maybe that was too much for some from some from some fans. But are they really called fans if they're booing one of the drivers? I'm not sure. Anyway, the atmosphere in the Netherlands was great, and in Italy it's the same. So in terms of atmosphere, it's one of the best
Yeah.
races as well.
If I could recommend, if you want to go to F1 Grand Prix, I recommend highly like Red Bull Ring. It's the circuit where
Yeah.
you can just see whole circuit in one place.
Exactly.
Like outside of 10-1, there's a grandstand from where you can see 75-80% of the circuit. You just maybe you can see the second to last corner. That's it.
Yeah.
Other than
was
this, you
in-
see everything. So it's pretty mega.
I was actually in Austria this year, and it was on the during the second Austrian race this year. I was on the general admission ticket, so on the on the grass grandstands, but I was sitting in turn four basically. Turn four is I think the best overtaking spot in Austria.
Is it 10-4?
right now?
The downhill.
Yeah, downhill turn four. Those.
I don't
threads
think
straight
it's
on
the
left
best.
even.
It's not the best because it's downhill. It's at the
Yes,
top.
but still you can outbrake someone. There's a lot of action there.
Yeah, because
Also,
tight.
there's a lot of action in turn three, but turn four, usually the action from turn three just continues from turn three to
Yeah,
turn
usually it
four.
does.
So it's a great spot to be in, and also most of the crashes happen in turn four. Actually, I mean, when I was during those races, I think during the Formula 3, Arthur Leclerc just went sideways and collected two cars. That was beautiful to see. I mean, beautiful. No one got hurt, so it was beautiful because
Yeah.
if it ended up differently, that wouldn't have been beautiful. We've also seen, I think, Porsche Super Cup. There was a race where usually these races are kind of boring. Let's be honest, but in the race in Austria, there was, I think, 3 safety cars in 6 laps. It was quite funny because most of the action happened in turn 4, actually. But yeah, when you were sat in that turn 4, it's almost at the top of the circuit. So
Yeah.
you could see turn 1, you could see the whole of the straight up into turn 3. Maybe you couldn't see turn 3 because there is a hill that is, preventing from seeing that turn, but you have a giant TV screen just in front of you. Then beautiful look through turns 4 and 5, and you can also see the cars coming through turns 7 and 8. So basically, it's one of the greatest circuits if you want to see. I'm sorry, if you want to look at the whole circuit, because you are actually seeing quite a lot of circuit from there. But from what I can see, we have 20 drivers right now in the session, so we are going to Monza once again. I hope that we will get an incredible race here because that circuit deserves it, as we said. Just to remind you, we have Sven in P1, then we have Daniela in P2.
Home hero.
Then we have Limitless in P3, and obviously Andre in P4. And so far, that is it. Let's go racing at Monza.
Yes, we are going racing in Monza, so let's get to Monza circuit. As you can see, we are loading up, and hopefully no issues. The grid is set correctly, and yeah, as you can see, beautiful sunny day in Monza, so no rain expected. Hopefully great racing, and see who is going to win this race, Sven or Daniela Haddad. Both are on insane pace, but also their teammates are close enough to do something. So it's a two teams battle, I think, for this race.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation, and also what is very important is that the top 10 will obviously have to choose the same tires that they have.
What
they
was
have
the question,
qualified
Black
on.
Daniel? Sorry, mate. What is the complete point system? So 25 for the first place, second place 21, and third place 18, up till 15th. The place number 15.
Yes.
Place number 15 will get 1 point. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, no problem. But I was just saying that the top 10 starts on the same tires that they have qualified on, and that is obviously they are all starting on slicks, and then, well, let's see how the situation from P11 up to P20 looks like. We will just see the tires right now. So we have, well, Spawny start on mediums. I'm not sure it's the right tire choice, but maybe I just looked. I just looked. No, I mean top 10 should start on softs, and looks like Spawny is on mediums. That could be a penalty coming.
Yeah, I don't know if they
Obviously-
have to use the same tires as they did.
They had to. I just, looked
Okay.
up on the Discord. So yeah, they had to start on the same tires that they have qualified on. So obviously in the top 10. So that means potentially there would be a penalty coming for Spawny Star. Obviously Ido, obviously Wario, Danielle, Perez, Yorpa, Arox, and Saba will all start on mediums, and there will be no penalties for that because they have qualified outside of the top 10, so they have a free tire choice. But Spawny Star, unfortunately for him, it looks like he will be penalized, but that's not our job. Our job is to commentate on this race, and it will be great. I'm sure about it. I hope you're sure about it too.
I am,
Just
of
about to
course. I am, of course. Sven Zerner just warming up the tires. It's very important to have a right temperature in your tires because there's a long straight before turn 1, so they want to have a great start. You can gain a lot of position or lose a lot of position, so having right temperature in the tires is crucial.
Yeah,
So-
something right, and in the brakes as well. Although it's
Yeah,
quite,
it's not that much actually. The
Yeah.
brakes in this game are not that realistic, so the tires,
Yeah.
this is what is most important. So let's wait and see. Limitless in P3, that's a great starting position for him. Andre in P4, and we have 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are still standing, of course, for 2 seconds, and away we go. Sven with a good start.
That was more than 2 seconds, I guess. But yeah, already you can see that Limitless is actually going to jump. Maybe Daniela Haddad into turn 1. He is
Wow,
on the outside.
yes, Sven just blocked Daniela.
Yeah.
That was a great team play from Red Bull. And now we have a side-by-side action on the Curva Grande. Side-by-side, still side-by-side. Limitless is not giving an inch. But
Going
he
to
just...
send it.
No.
not
He
really.
just decided to give up on this battle for now. Now we have
Right
a Red
now-
Bull, Aston Martin, Red Bull, Aston Martin.
So just like in qualifying right now, obviously the start was quite, I'd say, calm, but it will be more intense with every single lap. So let's see, where is Limitless? Limitless is obviously in third. Then he is just behind Daniela, and Daniela is just behind Sven. We are waiting for Andre, and who was that? That was Pewee actually.
Yeah.
Going past Spawny Star. Spawny Star again in
No,
10th
he
place,
was
but
not
he's on
passing
mediums.
him, but yeah,
Ah,
they were
okay, so
fighting.
it's defense. Okay,
Yeah.
there's a defense. Yorpa is actually in an overtaking area, so Yorpa goes into P15, and Andre, he has actually a great look on Limitless, and he might see if Limitless maybe thinks about overtaking Daniela, although I think he's just way too far behind. Again, you can see back in the distance there was a fight between Spawny Star and Pewee, and Spawny Star is actually in 9th, and here Yorpa, that's Arias, that's
That's
you,
two
Perez
cars
as well.
in once.
Arias is using those soft tires right now to his big advantage.
Yeah, and he made the move stick. He made a move stick, and we are going back to the Andre, who is very close to Limitless on the entry
Closer than-
to Lesmo.
I thought he would be also looking at Arox and Danielle that have pitted just right now. They have all put on new soft tires. Can the softs last almost entire race distance?
I think, yeah, that's what
Okay.
a lot of esports drivers did. They
Okay.
did pit on the first lap and did full distance on soft tires, nearly full distance.
Okay, so let's see how it plays out for those guys who have actually decided that this strategy will be the right one for them. Ignars now fighting with Sabo from McLaren, and that was a lovely move around the outside parabolic, although I'm not sure if it was a move or just a defense. Anyway, the DRS is now available. Yorpa also comes into the pit lane from medium tires onto softs right now, and he will go again almost the entire race distance on those soft tires. Saba is the first driver to be penalized in this race, so it only took him 2 laps and a corner.
So top 4 nearly break 1 second gap to Eduardo Garcia, but Eduardo Garcia managed to get under 1
Alex
second.
is already out of the session in turn 1. That could
That's
be
a
virtual
virtual safety car. So we will see, I think, people pitting now.
Yeah,
It's like a
indeed.
no-brainer for this kind of a
Yes.
race.
But
Very short
looking
one.
At the place, at the position of Arox's car is just outside of turn 1, I would say.
It's like off the
just in
circuit, isn't it?
Yeah, but what did he do there? Did he, I don't know, go straight, or did, I don't know, did he
Sven's saying out,
spin?
saying out,
Okay.
but
But
no.
Daniela is doing the same.
Daniel doing the same, Limitless doing the same, but Andre not. And all the drivers, they are not doing the same. So that's gonna be interesting. Maybe Andre is going to lead the race. He was blocked in the pit lane by Alpine driver. So that didn't play well to him. But I think he's a virtual leader now. He will gain a bit of a time over Sven, Haddad, Limitless.
Just a bit.
Just a bit. It might be just enough. So let's see how much he's losing to them. So he's losing 23 seconds. That's too much, actually. I thought he was losing less. Okay, now he's gaining back because we have a restart and he's 22 seconds behind. So it's just on the edge to be a leader after they pit. Just on the edge, I think. Now he has to warm up these medium tires because they need time. And Sven Zerner just pulled away from Haddad. So Haddad had a poor restart from after VSC.
That's a second pulled away just on 1 lap.
And he's
Wow.
pitting.
Yeah,
No,
he's
I
pitting,
thought.
no.
No. Of course, he's not.
It's a very tight line. That's
Yeah, that's.
unusually tight. Obviously, that's an esports line, more or less. In real life, you would just be hoping to get a very wide line because you could carry even more speed thanks to that. But let's leave it here. Obviously, a second between Daniela and Sven. That means that Daniela is outside of the DRS range right now. We can see that Perez is now fighting with Arias for P13. Perez is on those soft tires, and you can see how great the soft tires are behaving right now.
Yeah, so they were different way around. Like at the beginning of the race, Perez was on the mediums and Arias was on the softs. Now they switched because of a VSC and they pitted. So they are on a different compound right now. And Haddad is trying to get into this DRS of Sven Zerner. And he managed, I think, to do that. He just managed to do that. What's the gap between Sven and Andre? It's 23 seconds, so it grew up to by 1 second. And Sven, no, it's not beating. Obviously, it's just a tight line to minimize the distance. And Haddad with the fastest lap of the race, 1:19.4. He's just caught up to DRS of Sven Zerner. And in the 5th place, Santiago is going for the move. And that's an easy pass with DRS. Mercedes ahead of McLaren. So let's go back. Let's go back to the front field. What were you talking about, Mercedes? You wanted to say something about Mercedes? Wario has the fastest lap.
Not really about Mercedes because they're in P4 and that's a great job right now, but they're already 8 seconds behind Limitless, and Limitless right now is outside of the DRS range behind Sven. Daniele is back in that DRS range, and that will be, I guess, crucial for his race. That will be, that will be race critical to stay within the DRS range.
Limitless is out of DRS. That's not a good information for him. He's just trying his hardest to keep up, but he doesn't have a ERS left. Look at this, 13%, and Haddad is at 40. So yeah, Limitless is lacking of pace of the Haddad and Zerner at the moment. He's trying his best. He just managed to get DRS. So it's on the limit for him. It's on the limit. But he's limitless, so
so there are no limits. For
no
him,
limits for him.
As you can imagine. But yeah, where is Andre, who was the first of the pitting drivers? There was a yellow flag, and that is Yorpa out of the race already.
That's a safety car. Oh my! And there's a safety car in the plane. Also driving. That's a funny thing to see.
Oh man, that is a big dynamics change right now. Obviously, Andre, on those medium tires, he is in 4th place, so he is.
Yeah, that's not a good info for him. It's like he's not going to gain anything from this.
If it's good or not, I'm not sure, because he will not gain anything, but he will be there in 4th quite comfortably. And obviously, everyone ahead of him will pit right now, but he will be in P4 after that. So
yeah,
he might be just behind his teammate. Obviously, one thing.
Yeah, he was already, but yeah.
Yeah, but he was already, but he might actually gain a position.
Over who?
If it goes over Limitless, because right now it looks like Red Bull will need to double stack their team, their drivers.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
It's a good situation for them. Let's look what Sven and Limitless will do, but Limitless looks
but still, I think it's enough because drivers has to follow the delta.
Yeah, but again,
we'll see. We'll see how much he will
have to wait.
Yeah.
He'll wait here. 1, 2, 3. He will wait here for a second. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, maybe he will be just ahead. No, he won't be. He won't be. The Red Bull garage is at the beginning of the pit lane. He will lose so much. He must be so angry.
Oh man,
for sure.
In the group even.
I would like to see his stream right now, because he must be very angry with what happened here.
I'm not surprised at all, because he's lost, 1, 2, 3, 4 positions right now during this double stack. I mean, it's better to lose only 4 positions than than let the group catch you and then obviously you lose 16 positions while pitting as the only driver, as the only driver when there is a whole queue behind the safety car already formed. So it's better to lose 4 positions than 16, for example. But it's still a terrible situation, because now he will have to overtake Sabo, he will have to overtake Spawny Star, he will have to overtake Eduardo to even get to P4.
Yeah.
And then you'd have guys like Andre, like Daniele.
They would
like
just pull away.
Sven.
I think they would just pull away. So Limitless, the only
guess-
advantage he has fresher tires. That's it.
Yeah, the only, but you know, three laps between tires is nothing.
Yeah.
The different question that I'm having, or maybe the different thought, is what about Spawny Star? He pitted quite early.
Yeah,
for
he did.
New soft tires, but he's on softs that are going to work right now. Can he, or how many positions can he make up in the first, let's say, 2 to 3 laps?
Oh, what?
Oh man, it's just for, I don't know, maybe not
For soft
long.
tires, it's just for soft tires, but he will not gain this back in 5 laps. Maybe he's doing it for the content. Who knows? But yeah, I don't think he's going to get back to P7 with this strategy. Just wait 2 little laps till the end. So maybe he just doesn't care and he wants to overtake just for the content, just to have fun. Maybe that's
Maybe.
his main goal for this race now.
I mean, look, because you know Red Bull still is the second fastest team tonight. So even if he just overtakes some guys and doesn't finish 4th, but he finishes, let's say, 10th, with Sven winning the race, it could still be a situation where Red Bull finishes 2nd tonight, and that is obviously not too bad because they're comfortably inside the top 5 teams, and they just need good few races, good 1, maybe 2 races, not even 3 races next week, and they will be through to the playoff stages.
Let's see, 4 laps to go after this one. Safety car is in this lap, so maybe Limitless has a chance to get into the top 10. Obviously, top 15 is getting points, so 2 places outside of the points, but he will obviously want to get higher up. And let's see what Sven will do. That's very close from Haddad, to be that close to Sven. He's just trying to guess when Sven is going to put the throttle to the metal, and he did that very, very soon. That was a great restart from Sven. That was a mega restart from him.
Yeah, but
He caught Daniel napping.
But unfortunately for him, Daniela is still just 4 tenths behind him. Look at Spawny Star already ahead of Eduardo Garcia in 5th place. So he's now up into 4th. Remember, Spawny Star was on the podium. In the
Limitless
first race, so also
penalty.
Limitless,
Aye.
and Danielle with penalties. So yeah, not an ideal start, but he will surely be making up some positions. You could also see. You'll also look at Pewey, for example. He's already ahead of Henry Lebre.
Oh, everyone is jumping through this chicane.
That's a big ski jumping hill almost.
Yeah,
like,
Limitless going.
Limitless, look at him going up down the inside in the Lesmo 1 now. He's just setting up a move on Henry, and he'll just go into P14 in a second. Possibly
Around the outside to Ascari. Yeah, he did that.
And that's a great.
There's a yellow flag somewhere.
Someone spin here?
No,
really.
it's just something ahead, but no one is stopping on the track.
And look again at Spawny Star. He's now up in 3rd. That was actually Andre who spun. So there was a situation because I lost one of the drivers, and unfortunately for a team Aston Martin.
Andre, where is he? Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh no!
He's down in 17th. He's coming in the pit lane. So that is the first real setback for the team tonight.
Oh no!
I mean, yellow flag in Sector 1 right now. Who is that? I don't know, because it might be no one, because that was a very short yellow flag. But yeah, that is terrible for Team Aston Martin. I mean, it wouldn't mean too much.
It's not terrible, but it's not good. Oh my goodness! That's a Ferrari.
Someone.
Did he collect someone? No, I don't think so.
No,
maybe Mercedes? No.
No. But
That was-
he'll lose a lot of time after that, and that was a car out of control.
Yeah, he was
I wonder if
just.
there was a contact, but
Yeah, it was a contact. Someone just crashed into his back. but I don't know
But
who it
looked
was.
like, I don't know, for example, this Arthur Leclerc crash in Austrian F3 where he also got out of control.
Oh, someone just
coming
spun.
back
It's a
into
McLaren of.
100.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a big one. That's Ido.
Oh
This
my
is-
goodness! What
Man.
is this?
That was
my
a
g-
terrible. That was a terrible rejoin. Let's be honest.
Oh my god! This car
Oh man.
is standing on this track. It was this Ferrari
I mean,
car
yeah.
was flying. It was falling.
After seeing that, it looks like Andre will somehow be able to come back into the top 15, so he might even come back with a point in this race, although he still needs one big crash in this race. There's Ignars fighting with Wario,
Oh
so
my god.
Williams fighting with a Ferrari for P number 7, and that is Ignars going around the outside at the beginning of Variante de la Roggia, and that was a very good overtake from the Williams driver. What does the situation look at the top? Look,
Yeah,
we've
this is the
lost
last
on
chance.
start.
This is the last
Yeah,
chance for Haddad. Next lap.
Maybe penultimate because we still have next lap. Yes, because now Haddad is
Oh,
just
he-
getting closer to Sven, and he will attack him definitely on the next lap. He will have a lot of battery left. I'm sure Sven will also have a lot of battery left, but crucially, Daniela will have the DRS.
Oh
Perez is
my
now just-
god!
Oh!
So Sven just wanted to
That was
DRS, but
cheap.
that was. Well,
That was cheap.
Haddad wanted to get the slipstream, and oh, that was on the limit of big crash.
Yeah, that was cheeky from Sven, but will Daniela defend? He's closing, definitely Sven, but I'm not sure if he's closing too much, and they're going to.
No, no, he's not
Almost.
gonna make
Sven
it.
is
He's
on
too
the
far
inside, but
behind.
He's not going to make it, yeah.
Haddad.
So he wanted to be cheeky, and that didn't work out. So I guess karma, as Fernando Alonso would have said a few years
I mean,
ago on this same circuit.
I mean, I would have done the
Santiago
same, but
now
that was
in
very, you know, on the limit because Haddad wanted to
yeah.
take a slipstream, and he suddenly,
Yeah.
you know, just braked.
I
But-
mean, that could have been really bad. Eduardo and Perez are still fighting for 4th position. There was a contact between them in Lesmo, in the first Lesmo corner, and Sabo is also behind Perez, so we might still get an interesting fight between them.
No, here no,
Sven
definitely no.
also trying to maybe get back to the
Oh, Perez,
lead,
they're
but
still
maybe
fighting.
far behind.
Perez, just go back.
I guess Eduardo thought that he may have caused the collision. That was a penalty for Spawny starting
Yeah.
early. Somehow Limitless is in 10th, and we were just.
Oh my
yeah, we were just
goodness,
talking-
what is Sven
Oh,
doing?
man. That's too much. That's too much, Mr. Sven. And Daniela, did he spawn?
No, 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 he did not. Oh my goodness, I didn't expect that at all, but in the last moment I just saw the difference between them, and just switched to them.
Yeah.
I didn't see the beginning of it. I just seen in the middle of the corner. But
So
I
let's
think
say that's
that was
Sven,
from too far
Werner.
back, and there was no
Yeah.
space. I don't think it was fair.
So let's say for now, Sven Zerner wins a controversial.
Way, let's say
Race in
this
Italy.
way. Well, we didn't
Daniela
see
in
that
second, Perez in
clearly.
third, yeah. Eduardo in 4th, Sabo in 5th, Ignars in 6th, Warlow 7th, Santiago 8th, Pewee in 9th, Spawny Star in 10th, and Limitless 11th, Danielle in 12th, Arias in 13th, Ido in 14th. Saba takes the final point. Unfortunately for Tarabukin, he was almost... He had
Wow.
no chance to really come back to the top 15, so he's in 16th, and there was Henry in 17th. But I'm sure there will be a report coming from the Aston Martin team after that.
Well,
Let's say, well, that was too much from Sven. Let's be honest.
yeah, I mean, going to the inside, there was no space when we had possibility to see it in the middle of the action. But yeah, it looked just wait from too desperate, I think. But I didn't see the whole maneuver. Like I just seen the middle part of it.
Yeah, we don't know what happened before, but
But it seemed
Even
like the way the Haddad was on the inside, it seemed like there was no space.
Yeah,
And the speed
even
was
if, you know,
closing Sven. There was no way
Yeah.
he's going to make it.
definitely. But even if if we haven't really seen what was going on before, even if Daniela was defending too
let's say, too aggressively. There was no. I mean, it doesn't give Sven right to just dive bomb him into the final corner and push him wide, because that's what happened there. At least from the moment we've seen. Maybe if we get another point of view, the situation will be different. But for now, it doesn't really look good too. It doesn't really look too good for Sven. But anyway, Aston Martin with that result makes 21 points,
Yes.
and that brings them over. Yeah, that brings
I,
them over.
I think they have 100 points now, and Red Bull just
101.
cut up a bit, but still, Aston Martin has a big advantage
Yeah.
in the championship.
Yeah, remember, Red Bull have had this terrible race in Spain, let's be honest, with Limitless almost outside the points, and that's where the race where Aston Martin took a lot of points were with P1 and P4 there. Red Bull have obviously scored 2 podiums, but it was still not too much. I mean, obviously, Limitless had a lot of. I mean, he had a lot of terrible luck tonight. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll wait for the standings. It will come after after every result is checked and after every, I guess, report is also checked, and we will
Yeah.
come back to that. But
That was very interesting. That was very interesting, even especially, I don't know. I think the last race was the most interesting. I guess.
I think yes.
Well, close. Like second and third were the best. That's for sure. The first one was good as well, but the second and third, they were the best, definitely. Like the whole event was good.
Yes,
We had a
definitely.
lot of action on the track. We really had a lot of action, a lot of incidents as well. So yeah, it was fun to commentate that. And let's see what we're gonna get in the next week, and see if Sven will get a penalty for this maneuver. I don't know. Let's see. Depends on the stewards and depends on the teams. But yeah, that was very, very interesting event, and we are inviting you to obviously.
But just before we invite everyone for the next race, we obviously have interviews.
Ah, yes, of course, we do have interviews. Of course, we do have interviews. We didn't forget about this. So we are.
have Daniela and we have Sven. So let's maybe start with Sven, who was the winner of the last race. Can you hear us, Sven?
Hello,
Yes,
Sven.
hello.
Hello, mate. How are you? It's good to hear you.
Yeah, good you.
So together with Sven, we know each other. So Sven, that was very intense. Especially the last race was very intense. I kind of see half of the maneuver into the Parabolica. So if you could take us through this maneuver, that would be great. Also, you can summarize the whole event.
Yes. First of all, GG to Daniele. He did a very good job. Yeah, last race was, I would say it was managed so far up to the safety car. I had full ERS, or nearly full. I think it was 85 or something like that. Could hold the 1 second without using ERS or anything. But yeah, then a safety car came, and I tried to sneak past Daniele's DRS in the last lap.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, but he pushed me a little bit wide into turn 1, but I guess it's the usual esports line as a race. But yeah, I had no more chance there to attack anymore, so I had to go for a late last move. I only did it because it was no risk for both of us, so could try without risking anything.
So at the end, because we just saw the middle of the incident, and I don't know if there was enough space for this move. There was like coming from the very high speed, so I haven't seen it totally, but do you think it was fair?
It was a bit harsh. I'm coming with 40% ERS on that straight.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, let's give it all. I have enough ERS. I was close, but then he broke very late too. So yeah,
Okay. So
I
there,
think it wasn't illegal. I didn't. Yeah, really. I could hold my line. So yeah.
okay. So the closing speed was very big. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Sven, how are you looking for the next event? Because he had a very good chance to score big points with also with your teammate, but he had a
Yeah, I
he
don't know what happened to him.
yeah, he had to, like, he pitted behind you under the safety car, but he had to obviously wait because of a double stack. He lost few positions and then he decided to pit again for soft tires. I don't know, maybe for
No.
content or something. I don't know. But he came
Okay.
back and he finished P11. So you still think you
Yeah.
can win against Aston Martin, who is looking so strong after the first two races, especially?
Yeah, especially Daniele is very strong, so
Yeah.
hard to win against him. But in Spain, I would have had the pace, but I got crashed out in turn one. So
Yeah, we
had
saw
no
that.
chance. But
That
we
was-
will see. I don't know so far. We will see.
Okay, so thank you very much, Sven. I hope you are
Yes,
doing
thank you.
well, and good luck for the next round. It was good to hear
Thanks
you
a lot.
again.
You too, bro.
It's so fun. All right, second place in Italy, first two places, and my very good mate Daniele Haddad. First of all, how are you, Daniele?
Hello, Patrick. First of all, really happy to speak with you. How are you?
I'm very good. I didn't expect myself to be in this position of making interviews with my friends.
I saw you today that you were a spectator. I was like, Patrick must maybe select a car. And then I realized that you were actually spectating the races. So I was surprised.
Yeah, it was surprise for, also for me, but yeah, I really did enjoy that, and I think you really did enjoy those races, as first and second, especially I think the second from P15 to P1. Wow, that was a great drive in the raining conditions, and third race you were leading to the last corner, and then crash happened. So you can take us through whole event, and at the end, if you could take us through this last corner incident in Monza.
Yeah, well, Bahrain, to be honest, was a very good race, very clean by myself. In the quali was alright, and the race was actually a face-to-face with Sven, who, in my opinion, missed the strategy in that race because actually lost quite a bit and the DRS chance at the end. So actually, in the second scene for me was a kind of race easily manageable. Wasn't like that in Spain, obviously. P15, very careful at the beginning.
Mhm.
I saw Sven actually on the right having a crash, so I was in a position that I knew that I should have been calm and having the chance to recover. Then without the safety car, maybe I didn't. I would have been close, but I'm not sure I would have won that race. So would have been very close at the end. But with the safety car, Colts was right, and soft tire was perfect. For Monza, yeah, Monza is a waiting time, so actually you need to be patient till the last lap and minimize the mistake, minimize the warnings, and that's what I did. Actually, I was surprised when Sven was actually braking that much to leave me the DRS, but at the same time I knew that I had enough DRS to defend in the first corner, so I decided to go quite aggressive taking that position. And obviously to my side, from my own board, the last corner was a bit too much. I could have closed, but for me there was enough gap to avoid a crash in a corner that is in 6th gear. So yeah, personally is not legal from my point of view. Even if I mean it's still racing, so whatever will be the decision, I don't honestly care too much. But from my personal point of view, that race was ended after Ascari.
Okay.
And anyway, good job to Sven because he's a very good driver. I didn't have doubts about it, and he showed also today. He was unlucky in Spain, but he's a very good driver.
He is, and I wish he will come back to F1 Esports once for sure. Like, because he deserves to be there. So guys, Daniela, how are you looking for the rest of the championship? Because Aston Martin looks unbeatable. I mean, kind of. Well, Sven won the race, but first 2 races, and here you finish P2, maybe P1 at the end. Who knows? So Aston Martin looking very good for the championship. So, are you feeling confident for the next events?
Yes, I'm always quite confident. I believe that on this game I feel quite good, and I'm always improving. So personally, I am looking forward to race not only the next event, but the entire competition, and going on throughout all the year, trying to race at my best level.
Okay, that's perfect. That's what we want to hear. All right, guys. So thank you very much. Maybe Julio has a question. I don't know. Do you have?
Nah, I think it's getting quite late, so the guys are also quite tired
Yeah,
after the race.
let's go to bed now.
Yeah, let's just don't stay here too much. I
Okay.
mean, we've been live for the past 3 hours, really.
Yeah, it's
The
too
guys
much.
have been racing for the past 3 hours. The most important questions were asked. So
You
yeah,
might-
it wasn't just from me. Good job to you both guys, because the fight that you've given us, even though the final corner might be controversial, but apart from that, it was a great fight.
Yeah.
So good job for today, and just thank you for giving us that great racing.
Exactly. And guys, imagine I was commentating for 3 hours and I was not driving. I wish I was driving with you guys.
Unfortunate for you. That's
Unfortunate.
something missing
I wish
for you.
I was racing with Daniel and Sven. These are very
Yeah.
good drivers, amazing drivers. All right, thank you guys, and good luck for the next race.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah,
Well, guys.
cheers.
Bye.
All right, I think that's it for interviews as well. That was a
Yeah, I
very
think we are done for tonight. We are done with all the 3 races. That was quite a long night, actually. That was a great night as well of racing. And I'm just looking forward for the next event, for the next week, for the Group A also coming, for the second event in the Group A coming shortly. So it will be an interesting time, for sure.
Yeah, it will be interesting time. We can't wait. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. It was a pleasure for me to commentate together with Julio for you guys. I hope we did a good enough job for you guys. So let's see you again. See you next time, next week, and have a great evening. Bye bye.
Run for your life. Run for your life.